live. Greetings and welcome for today's session. It is now session 62?
Yep.
Man, time flies when you're busy with a good D&D team.
You flatter us. But please go on.
As we pick up on last time, they were having a meeting with the leader of one of the branches of a tribe that seems to be spread out around.
We slew the Western Bear.
Oh, Paz, are you doing the recap today, or?
No, I'm just
Hmm.
giving a small, continuation of where we left off. And then I would give one of my players the chance to do a recap. For whom is up to give today's recap?
Oh, my
It's
job.
always Ava's now.
It's always
We always know
Let's
who it
see.
is. The floor is yours.
All right, let me just get it in front of me real quick. Last time was session 61. The party eats breakfast and converses a bit more with Ilum. Magena voices her surprise that her father is able to have him sitting on his shoulder, as he looks far bigger and different than what they can see. Ilum freaks out that she can see what he actually looks like and snares her mouth, flapping over to her and whispering in her ear. Spears overhears him roughly, telling her not to talk about his looks. In exchange, he'll help her fix Spears' situation, but he doesn't hear how. Magena accepts and they shake on it. The whole hunting group and party set off towards their tribe, and as they travel, the party notices some bears traveling with them. Some bears traveling with them from a distance. But Vishnu assures them that it's no worry. They're with them. Slowly, their surroundings become less grassy and more rocky. The party observes the grass patches and finds a small amount of herbs that help with resting. Riel also hands Lena some of his healing balm ingredients. They arrive at the Western Bear Tribe's encampment, a small collection of large teepees nestled into an alcove of the mountain. The temperature difference is also very noticeable. While the members of the deer tribe are just a little chilly, Lena is downright shivering, and Deacon actually starts taking layers off because he's getting too warm. Lena settles down next to the bonfire and receives Deacon's cloak while the others meet the tribe elder. They speak to him about their visit and the fate of the bear guardian. He explains that this tribe used to be a single large one. They lived in a mountain chain south from here, until creatures from the earth and sky drove them apart and out into the wilderness. When he hears about the spirit of the bear inhabiting Bortusk's weapon, he voices his desire to have it retrieved from the bear tribe for the bear tribe to covet. The party informs him that they don't know where he is or what's happened to him since. So the elder performs a ritual that somehow allows him to trace the weapon's current location by using Avis's weapon, made from the bear's shoulder blade, as a focus. Suddenly, the man's eyes begin to bleed a black ooze and he starts convulsing. So Vishnu knocks him out just to be safe. While he takes them to the chieftain's tent, Lena comes over to check on the elder's health. Party arrives before the chieftain's tent and Vishnu makes them wait there, going in alone. After some time, he comes back out, dressed in superior garb and wearing a bear skull. He was the chieftain all along. Continuing their negotiation, a trade and support agreement is reached between the tribes. He then takes out a map and points out the known locations of several other tribes in the area around them. He also points out the locations of the former Eagle tribe and Sparrow tribe, and the rough direction in which the Mammoth tribe can be found. He informs them that the agreement has to be solidified with the consent of the other Bear tribe members. So it'll be a while before the official trade or support can be established. Also visible on the map is the location of their original home mountain. The party points out their current goal and its established locations. When Vishnu warns them of the dangers, the place they're heading is a gravesite said to be infested with unknown creatures, and no one has ever returned from entering the area. And now we're here.
Dear viewers, as you can see, we are on the world map showing off what is known by the giants on their little piece of skin with markings of different tribes, marked with pebbles of different color. Also, welcome aboard, Lord Benham.
I wanted to start off pass with asking if I can, as a leather worker, if I'm able to use one of my skin to roughly recreate the map that he showed.
Well, I mean, you and Deacon could work together on that,
Yeah.
since he's got the map making ability.
Yeah.
If it's alright with the chief.
Sure. You may make a copy of this map if you wish, if it can help you on your travels. I see no problem in that, since we are friends here.
Vishlu,
Yes.
I don't know if you were you paying attention when we were talking to the elder earlier? Because we mentioned that you said you wanted the bare bones, and we can do that, but there's a weapon that has the bare soul in it.
I know, and it saddens me that that part is lost, so to speak, and it angers me even more. So, but I
The
do
thing
not
is,
bear it towards you, more towards the fool that seems to have lost it.
if you told your other tribesmen that are spread out, maybe that would bring them all together to help us destroy the serpent tribe.
It might serve as successful motivation.
I can try, but it is a tough job because I need to talk with the High Chief, so to speak, he who leads the federation of our different encampments, so to
Do
speak.
you not think that would be a strong enough pull for him to want to do that? So he could maybe have that weapon?
If he's promised a weapon with the spirit of one of the Guardian Bears, I believe it might give some pull. I cannot guarantee anything of that sort. He might even also demand it to be destroyed so the spirit can be broken free
Well,
and
either
potentially
way,
inhabit a new body.
I. What do you guys think that we they could have that and they could decide what to do with it?
I could try to talk with him, the elder, when he wakes up, and get what he knows. And if we find it, we can bring it to the clan here.
Well,
Yes,
that's
I
the
see
thing.
no,
They
I
could
see no
join
problem
us.
with, I see no problem with returning the weapon to them and let them decide whatever they would wish to do with it.
Yeah,
If they
I
decide,
think
and if they decide they'd rather have the weapon destroyed, that's
that
their
maybe let
choice.
your higher chief decide the fate of this weapon if you
As
find
far
it.
as I have, as far as my memory goes, of what its former wielder has told me, the weapon is actually the spirit inside the weapon is actually capable of conversing with its wielder. So perhaps if one of yours or one of ours manage to obtain the weapon, they can actually converse with the spirit to ask what it itself desires.
Yeah, so if you could tell your elder that if if they could help us, if they could all join together to help us take out the tribe, then the weapon's yours to do with as you will.
Or at the very least, severely decrease their numbers.
Hmm. It is costly to go against those lost souls, so to speak, especially since they are using brutal tactics of wanting rather to sacrifice the slaves first, to send them in great waves, so to speak, before they send in their own kindred with their cursed blood.
It is rather unfortunate that we cannot gather information from the slaves because they are mind controlled.
Believe me, we have also tried, and
So,
some of them would rather die than spilling anything. And when the bond is broken, it seems to leave nothing but a
Blank canvas.
yes, memories shambled. And it gives me a bad taste that someone uses such foul magic on people. But sadly, I cannot do much. But I can promise that me and my tribe will help you out in that case where it will be. But I cannot speak for the rest of the Federation.
we can try to diplomat with the rest
Hmm.
during our journey.
That that's fine. If it's even if it's just you, then the weapon's yours
Of
at the
course.
end.
I might even be able to use it to challenge the High Chief if I manage to get that weapon.
Is that a tradition among your people?
If he if a high chief is starting to get mellow by age, he should step down. Because it's a high chief's, like a chief's, job to keep the tribe together, both through wisdom and strength. But if you lose your strength, what can wisdom do?
You need to have both.
Hmm. Though we
Functions as
usually
sort of
don't
a
fight.
vetting process for the new leader.
Who knows? Maybe if you become the High Chieftain, we could help you take your original home back.
It would be it is a long dream for people to one day return to
Well,
to the place where we, by stories, were first put onto this world by our ancestors.
well, if you get this weapon back, that dream might not be far off.
If we ever find it, we will bring it to you.
They're gonna help us get it.
But the problem is not as much as returning to the mountain, it's more of what lies both in it and around it that might be the biggest problem. As I said, some of my ancestors might have dug a little bit too deep into the ground and have woken something that slumbers deep beneath it.
And of course, if your elder wakes up, please send for me. I will take care of his condition and stuff.
Oh, he is of more hardier stuff. He was the former chief of our tribe, you see. He still has good years back in him, but he's an elder now.
Yeah, of course. And that's why I will help him recover before we go.
I thank you for that. But you said that you wish to go further up the mountain chain
Hmm.
to seek that stone that you seem to cover.
We're heading further east, weren't we?
Yes, you
Like
will head east, but
northeast.
you still need to go up to the plateaus in the mountain where the tomb is.
Oh, okay.
But I do warn you, it is not an easy place. Death seems to be there. And Death seems content on keeping it that way.
We can always look over the place and see what we can do about it.
If that's your choice, I commend your bravery, but heed my warning, as it does not come cheap, so to speak. Many has tried to conquer those tombs to see what prize lies within, and yet it is still unconquered.
These tombs were they there before you arrived? That you haven't used them?
We do not use those tombs because they belong to someone before our tribe even came here to these mountain ranges.
Past what time would it be? Because we woke up and then traveled there, so it'd be like
You had spent most of the day
evening
traveling,
sort of thing.
so it's the sun is starting to set.
Right.
I will actually, before going to bed, I will have a check on the altar. I'll
If we
basically go to seek the altar and see if he is waking up.
But as
we do,
guest, you can sleep in my tent here, if you wish.
about to
Thank you
ask
very
you,
much.
It's
we're
not
wearing
much
the
I can offer except for that, but as guests, it is tradition at least to treat guests well, so to speak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I also wanted to, well, when Lena was gonna go over to the Elder, I also wanted to go along because I wanted to talk.
Of course, you can go along, and an extra hand can always
Well,
just
to be
checking up
fair,
in of his illness and see if he's waking up again.
I can't say much for having the hands of a healer. I'll leave that to you. I can at least inspect whether or not there's any residual uh, remainder of that cursed
Yeah,
magic that was on
I
him.
can use my healing, and you can use what you know of. Combining strength is always better. And then she basically started walking towards the place where he's lying.
You want to take them past as they go over there, or one of us?
Well, we can quickly shift over to Lena, and as she walks over to check on the elder.
Yeah, who was it was going with?
Me.
You, okay.
That's mostly because I want to talk do
Yeah,
anything for him
sneaky.
health wise.
Sneaky, sneaky.
So basically, me and I are going to.
We never actually got his name, did we?
The Eldon.
Did?
Oh, you never got his name.
We only known him by Elder.
Guess we'll have to figure that out as
Um,
well.
I'm basically asking. I come to seek the elders to tend his injury.
Of course,
Good.
of course. Welcome in. I am a priest here. I was. I saw that you helped him before, and thank you for doing so.
Of course.
Is he awoken yet?
I know he is resting, and but at least I managed to help further stopping the bleedings he was having, and whatever that black stuff that seemed to have oozed out of him also seemed to have stopped.
I might have an idea of what the substance is, but I'll have to inspect it.
Oh,
Close.
we burned it. It seems not to like fire.
See, that actually tells me a lot of what it could be.
Do you know what happened with him? Because I was not told what ailed him except that he, you know, started screaming and were knocked out by Weasley.
Well, um, that's a little complex to explain. Safe to say that the substance that seeped from his eyes is actually a substance we have seen before.
I know, I have two, and I've treated the few ones we have released from those foul creatures to the west. Control.
He was trying to use his ritual magics to observe the location of a particular item. And when it turns out that the object is in fact in the hands of that tribe of thralls, some sort of magical backlash was sent back towards it.
Hmm. I will see if I can do a ritual purification to get out if there is any evil spirit that lingers to him.
Would be a wise idea.
You see how he takes a bundle of sticks and like a feather fan and burns like starts burning the sticks a little bit and
Is that
starts.
actually something I'm used to doing actually with my priesthood?
You do know of this. He's burning sticks of a tree that seems that spirits of an evil alignment does not like the smoke of, as he's like cleaning him off
So
with the smoke.
basically, I will offer my assistance with that
Oh,
because
if you will, take another bundle of the sticks and burn it with me as
Of
we are.
course, I can. And she basically start doing the ritual with him.
Pass. Would you actually I assume what the substance that seeped out of him was either the taint or the entropy from Azrakad.
Roll me an
Arcana?
arcanum.
Arcana?
Yeah. Fun part. They're both the same in nature, so to speak.
That's very. Would you define it
Wait, so
more as? Would you define the sub well, not substance? Well, I guess you could call it substance. Would you define it more as a curse or an infection?
Both.
Cursed disease. Lovely.
so hang out. What did you say? You said at the beginning. You said two things that you thought it was, and he said
It's
both.
either
So
it's either the taints that we encountered by from the bear guardian and the hounds, the
uh-huh.
tainted
Yeah.
hounds that we saw before,
Yeah.
or it's some sort of entropy essence that Azrakad was breathing out.
I
Oh,
feel
okay.
like
And you said
it's
it's the same.
the black ooze is that taint that also is coming from the followers. I feel like that's uh,
Mhm.
the black
Yeah.
blood, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now Pash is clarifying that the substance appears to be the same.
Hmm.
It has its basis in entropy or stagnation, so to speak.
Mhm.
As blood runs, it can become stagnant and blackens. But it
Okay,
only does so through entropy.
actually, Pash, should I actually roll something for participating in the ritual?
Roll me a religion check, if you would, to see how well you actually do help out with.
Let's see if you fuck up and trip over the body.
Ah,
Accidentally burns.
Yeah. You stab him in the eye with a burning
Accidentally
stick.
burns his hair.
the entire
Yeah.
camp is engulfed in flames.
Just don't roll a one.
Normal?
Normal.
Can you all stop jinxing her?
She got this. Look at that, 19.
There you
That's
go.
good.
See, that
You
was because
do
we were
well
jinxing her. She got good.
doing the
Mhm.
cleansing ritual. You manage to give him this smoke in a smoke bath that is supposed to cleanse someone by burning something akin to sage or willow sticks to basically cleanse him from whatever ailments that might be after an encase with when you're interfering with evil spirits.
Makes me wonder
Just
whether or
wanted to
not
know
we're
how I'm actually doing stuff.
makes me wonder if lesser restoration or remove curse would either or both would be effective.
Guess you have to test it and find out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since this has been done, you may please rejoin your friends in the chief's tent. I will look over him for the night.
If he wakes, would you give me a word?
Of course I will.
Um, need to make sure that his mind is stable when he wakes up.
Of course, that's why I will stay the night with him and look over him. If something does happen, I shall call on you.
You know where I am.
I do.
She
Well,
give a slight curse and
you mean curtsy, not a curse.
Not a curse, though.
It is
I
not
give
I
him
right.
a
slightly-
You did the
curse.
curse.
A
I
curse.
slightly curse you and then leave.
no, you know what I
Mutter a
mean.
curse over her.
Yeah,
Please
I
curtsy.
don't
damn your
curse
soul and
anybody.
your entire family.
What? I just been a kind shaman priest
Let's-
trying to do good here, and you curse me.
Let's not
What?
curse the nice man. He's done
Not
nothing wrong.
cursing.
What is this? What is this vicious mockery?
Very
Give
much
a
so.
friendly, not
A
know.
curtsy.
Yes.
A curtsy.
Courtesy.
A curtsy, like with the dress.
A courtesy and a
Courtesy.
courtesy are different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Language is amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's also
Anyway,
deeply
well-
confusing.
While
We all love English.
Lena's cursing the priest, I would like to
God
I would
damn
like
it.
to talk with Vislu.
You like what?
I'd like to talk to Vislu while they're away.
Yes.
Vislu, I was wondering if you have ever seen a black gem the size of a palm.
Hmm. You need to be more specific than that. There are many different types of those.
A black gem from a volcano.
Ah. You're talking about... Well, it has many names depending on who you ask. Some call it dragon glass. Others will call it a spirit stone. Because you can use it for that, apparently.
Well, whatever the name. I'm looking for one. If you know of or anyone that may have one.
You would need to go to the Badlands for that. I am sorry.
That's fine. At least I have a direction. Thank you. Also, thank you for the offer of staying in your tent, but I prefer to be outside with
Don't let the cold bite you.
no. I
Because it can
prefer
be like
to
a
stay
wolf.
with Fang. I have Fang with me, so everything will be fine. I've spent many years under the stars.
Yes, but from the looks of it, you never really stayed in the mountains, and it gets cold here.
That's okay. Thank you. And then I'll walk out. And I will stay outside and kind of have Fang kind of on top of me if it gets cold. Like, right up against him.
Cuddling with the doggo.
Let's go.
You feel that even with um, Fang, it gets kinda cold as you're laying next to a fire. Because the wind
That's all.
seems to carry a bit of freeze.
I will stay there unless it's gonna get like that cold that I'm. Was it you get uh, you get like a debuff or something, don't you? What's it called?
Oh yes, you
Uh,
can get a debuff.
yeah. So I will unless it gets to that extent, I will stay outside.
The outdoors sleeping man.
I don't need no basic needs.
I don't need no tent. What are you
Uh,
talking about?
I'm probably gonna ask when I get back. I'm probably gonna ask the chief if there's a way for while we in this place that I maybe could trade me to something warmer to put over myself.
Of course. What do you wish to trade?
If I get stuff for you, I can do stuff for you.
What can you bring to the table right now? Favors I do not trade in. If you want a coat, you need to bring me up something that could be equally valuable.
OC Pass, what can she actually trade
Well,
with stuff like that?
you've you've got those healing herbs that I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
You could make the balm and then
I
that
can
could
basically make a healing bomb and give a healing bomb for
We could
Could
should I
literally
you
offer
do
it.
that?
at the moment you've got enough for 4.
Yeah, could I offer a healing bomb for OC?
You will probably need to offer more than just a single healing balm if you want something to keep you warm with.
Didn't
It's basically just a
Deacon have
cape.
a didn't Deacon have a spare coat he gave to Lena?
Well, he just gave her his coat, his cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
she
that
want
enough?
her own,
Oh, okay.
her own size.
Not a
Then
She
lower
doesn't want to wear a
size.
How,
10.
how are you
Not
gonna
a
get that in
full on,
here?
not a full on blanket.
Yeah.
How are you
that's-
going to get something your size in the giant tribe?
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
It's kind of unfortunate.
Ask one of the crafters you know to make one for her.
Yes, basically asking after my morning prayer. So how many healing bombs would I basically need to give away if
Hmm.
just OC Christian?
Haggle.
Listen, pelts of that warm nature is not easy to come by even for us when it is, but we don't really need it. Because you're talking about either getting a wolf pelt or bear pelt.
Basically just something to make her warm.
Or
Just
one of
clothes.
oxen pelt could also be used to keep you warm.
It's basically an OC question. What can I actually use for it?
And you say these can work quickly to heal someone up with.
Yes, I just need to mix them together, and I have the herbs for 4 of them.
Hmm.
And I can always on the travel collect some more so I can make some more to the group.
Teach us what herbs you're using, and I'll give you a coat.
Hmm.
Fine deal. And I basically sit down and teach him to cheat.
Not
Who
me,
do you want me to
Not
cheat
him.
it to?
or healer.
Yeah, do that first in the morning.
Good.
This
Then
is
I
kinda
will
so you can
talk
hear.
about you getting a pelt that can help keep you warm here.
Just a cloak for when we in this kind of area because
Ha!
I'm just not properly prepared for the
Do
cold.
you think we have cloaks laying around for sale?
No, that's why I'm asking. What do you want for a cloak?
I can give you a pelt you can use as a cloak to keep you warm.
That's fine with me.
You see, as Visto walks out for a couple of minutes, and he returns with a big pelt of really woolly fur on it, and throws it to you.
And I will keep my end of the deal the first light in the morning.
Like, as you try and catch it, like, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Like, you almost buckle underneath the weight. This should make a good cloak.
She's thinking for herself. I probably can ask Avis with a smile for a favor.
You
Oh, I
potentially
remembered
could.
the debuff. What was it? Exhaustion. Yes.
If you gets to rest in colder environment, you are under the chance of getting an exhaustion. Yes.
Yeah. So unless I'm gonna get to that point, then I'll stay outside. Yeah. I just remembered now.
So, is it night now?
Yeah.
It is
Right.
night. You guys will be taking the rest, so to speak, unless someone wish to do something else during the
I
night.
wish to quickly, I would inquire something with Lady Uthla, as Avis wakes up from her trance. Um, she will go to pray.
That's 4 hours later, though, right?
It's in the middle of the night then,
Yes, in the middle of the night.
when the moon stands highest in the night sky.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah, I actually wanted to do something before I went.
Oh,
All right. What do you think?
Well, for one, I wanted to take some time in the evening to write in the scrolls of prophecy, so that the connection with the Western Bear Tribe is established.
You're
And
cutting out.
You're cutting out just a
Oh.
little, just a tad bit there.
Maybe talk a bit louder or closer to your mic or something.
yeah, okay. Did you hear the gist of what I was saying?
Yeah,
A good
basically.
portion, yeah. I think it was
Okay.
like
A
You
anyone
portion
wanted
on
to
their
of it.
side
write
could.
something.
You're gonna write in the scrolls to write down what the fuck happened, basically.
Yeah. And I also wanted to attempt to do a prayer to my new godmother, Ernalda, for wisdom. As it is twilight.
As you start inking, putting ink, so to speak, on the hide scroll that you're using, you see how picture starts to form out of the ink. Taking the picture of your group as they meet a large person, and you see how you follow a group of these large person to something that would symbolize an encampment. You also see a symbol of a bird following your group.
God damn it! Why is that little shit in here?
Wonder why.
Really hope that the presence of that little shit isn't gonna have consequences for the deer tribe.
Oh, you know it will.
Question is, can we kill it?
At some point.
Probably not.
Someday.
And you
Is that
see
you?
how
Right.
there's a picture of you sitting, stick man wise, but you do see some features. Like, it's like basically stickman drawings,
Yeah,
cave
that's the best
paintings.
they had back then.
Yeah. You also see a symbol of a bear. And a picture of an elephant man.
Boy, howdy, doesn't that
Elephant
look
man.
familiar?
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised you forgot for a
forgot.
second there. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, he said mammoth, and I would have remembered, but the elephant just threw me off.
Yeah, elephant mammoth man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of same difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One's more hairier than the other.
Pass. Did you freeze?
You give me a second because I was kind of, interrupted in my train of thoughts for a second because you guys were going making jokes about everything. So now I'm just like trying, to reconnect the train.
Your
Sorry.
trail of thought, yeah.
And you see also how other small event starts getting marked in as the ink dissipates of the hide and takes shape somewhere else on it.
Somewhere else. Or do you mean like the way the ink separates itself to form the image?
Well, you see how the ink you're using basically almost get absorbed by
By the skin.
by the skin, as it then reappears somewhere else in different shapes and picturesque icon graphics.
Uh-huh.
So it's basically creating itself.
Yes, it just needs to be fed the ink, and it will
I-
mark.
I see that. I see that, chat spirits. Don't you be mocking the DM.
But as you see through all that appears, even though you drop more ink, after a while, nothing more gets added to it.
That's when I'll put my skin aside. Begin prayer.
You do your prayer, and you feel a little bit more at ease. Though many looks at you of the tribe itself a little bit weird at you for praying to an unrecognized goddess, so to speak.
Unrecognized as in they don't know who she is, or unrecognized as in they don't acknowledge her?
They don't acknowledge her.
Huh.
Actually react in the same way when I take my morning prayer to my god.
I get a feeling that this tribe doesn't want to have anything to do with the gods.
They don't care much for the gods.
But you do seem that many of them like do a hand symbol, in front of them whenever they see any of you do prayers, and says something in giant that only a few would recognize.
Including me.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just Iger and Deacon. Eager and Deacon.
And Avis, I believe, also.
Nope.
You don't have giant. Oh well.
I speak Primordial and Sylvan.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it was only me and Uka at first who could speak giant.
Well, basically, what you hear is by the Starforge or by the Starfather. Let's not listen to this.
It's
Wow.
blasphemy.
Okay.
Get away from these heathens.
Hey, I only understand if it's primordial, draconic, or sylvan.
Good, so you
Was
won't
common.
understand what they're saying.
Let's not listen to this drivel. What did these gods do for us except abandoning us in our time of need, kind of thing?
Mm.
He won't let it disrupt his concentration prayer.
But you can understand why they might, don't have the best relation with any of the gods, so to speak, except for whom they seem to call the Forge Father, or he who forged the stars.
So basically, the
He got
oh
you.
god, if Uka
Yeah.
had been here, they could see the
Yeah.
fucking mark in her forehead.
Yep.
Yeah, they know who you are worshipping. They just don't, necessarily.
Isn't that the god they are worshipping? Pass. The
We
one
don't know for
who
sure.
came to Uka.
But Uka's not here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
This just was curious.
I guess we'll
It
find out.
Oh,
might be, but we don't know.
it might be. You don't know.
Basically, just me being curious about the law.
Sure, more will be revealed over time.
Indeed.
In the end, we shall know.
Sniffles.
But
Do I
I
do
could
I
do it.
get any
Does he get anything out of it, Pass?
do I get any sort of either communication or revelation?
No, you do not. It's just quiet.
Unfortunate.
Pay my respects.
You wish to ponder on your memories, Deacon.
Uh-oh.
Roll me an int check.
Oh dear.
Ouch.
Eh,
Ooh.
You're starting to get a headache as you're starting to think too much.
too much think, not enough smash.
Too much think for today, I'm good.
Accept anything.
And you're also having trouble to connect some of the events or what their meaning is here now. Except there are some terrible memories all cluttered together.
Ooga booga headache.
Oonga boonga.
If if not if it doesn't seem like it's can't be concluded, then he will just lay his head down and just go to rest.
Or try to.
Yeah.
And then there was Avis going for
Her midnight sneakerdoodle.
Just before that,
What the hell?
Iga, did you mark down that you've got a copy of the map in your equipment?
No,
Just
Deacon's
before
got
we
it.
forget. Oh, okay. Well, is it in
I have
the...
it written down, but I haven't
Okay.
put it in as an item.
Right, I just want to make sure before we forget.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, carry on.
Avis, you wake up middle of the night when the moon is highest.
Mm-hmm. She will quietly step out of the cave and kneel in the moonlight as she will begin to
Cave.
try.
You're in a tent.
Well,
it's a
the
campsite.
Thanks for
You're
yeah,
taking.
but
sleeping
the
in a
cave
tent.
the campsite's like in a alcove cave-ish type thing, right? So I leave that, so I'm
It's
directly
on
under
the
the moonlight.
plateau, wasn't it?
It's basically a plateau with. I'll show you.
The point being, I'm no longer
wedged in
underneath
between
anything.
two sheer cliff faces.
It's underneath like a rock thing.
You can just switch to the map where we are, basically.
Blind.
So anyway, I just kind of take a few steps out of camp. That's really all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'll kneel down and I'll try to establish a connection with Uthla, as I have a few questions to ask.
As you start to pray, what is it that you seek, child?
I I wish to inquire a few things, Mother. We have located another shard of your stone. It's nearby, but it's in a tomb of the Starfallen. Do you know anything about? Is it a tribe? Is it a person?
There's but silence for a moment. I can't remember. It strikes me as if I should know, but I just can't seem to recall.
Hmm.
And I am sorry I might not be of much help. My dear little Avis, but I'm really trying here.
I'm very grateful, Mother. I will, perhaps if Stone is reunited with, the shard is reunited with the others, perhaps, perhaps then you might remember more.
Maybe.
I will do my best to reunite them. In any case, I thank you.
But be careful.
I will.
From what your new friend said, it seems to be a place that might contain dangers that even I might not even remember. So please,
Oh, I'll be careful, Mother.
and Remember, if the choice comes between you and one of your friends, if they do something, well, not entirely thoughtful, remember, save yourself and your child first.
I will.
You are much more important to me than any of the others. Except for Spirits. If you can pull him out, do so. Wouldn't want to lose him.
Yes, mother.
Wow.
Hey, he is her lover.
I'm joking.
He is her baby daddy.
But I wish I could give you more. But just promise me you will take care. I will see if I can meditate on this and see if I can bring any semblance of anything. I will give you a message if I remember anything, or I can see if I can get help from an elder.
I would be extremely grateful.
Now off with you. You have plenty of rest you need to take, especially for the little one.
Yes. Good night, mother.
May the dreams come to you aplenty and easily.
Right. We'll finish up her prayer and walk back to her tent and see that Eager's getting a little cold. So she'll snuggle up next to him and warm him up a bit. And that'll be
Next
that.
morning, all of you awake.
Long rest?
Yes, you all get a long rest.
Did you want to do some spiritual
I need
before?
to have a little conversation in the early morning with Ilum. Due to some
I will.
earlier actions.
Yeah, where did Ilum sleep? Inside with them?
If he fucking gets in between Ambrose and Igor again, I'm going to murder him.
Man's gotta find somewhere warm, you know what I mean? He's a bird. He's gotta find somewhere warm.
He's in the
And he'll-
awkwardly feathered pillow.
So where
Well,
is he, Pass?
Where's the
taking
bird?
taking a taking a knowing hint from last night, from the previous night. Eager would be
Spirits, as you
making
wake up,
sure.
you wake up to Magena sleeping next to you, holding on to you.
Does she seem like she's sleeping soundly?
Yes.
I'll wake her up nicely. Magena. seen. Where's the bird? Ilum.
You see his head sticking out of her tussle of hair.
I see.
Yes?
Can I speak to you for a little bit, Ilum?
Of course. Fire. Tamer.
Okay then.
If it's the first light, you probably see Lana outside making her morning prayer.
Although
Praising the sunrise.
praising the sun.
The sun.
You
And
should.
while
Praise!
she
Praise
cooking
the
the
sun!
tea for Avis.
You shouldn't have said that to a Dark Souls nerd, you son of a bitch.
While the tea is boiling at the fire for Avis.
Yeah, you walk outside, she's YT posing.
That sounds about right. Anyways, just
Why
me and,
posing?
me and Ilm will go a little bit away, not too far.
So, what do you wish to speak about?
Well, just I wanted to bring this up to you, just as a nice thing. First and
Yes?
foremost, I overheard your little conversation with my daughter after I told you to remove the vines. If you
Yes?
want to enlighten me on something, then please. If not, that's up to you. But just one little thing irks me, Ilum.
Yes?
If you do anything around those actions again, silencing my daughter or daughters or anyone, I'm not going to be as friendly. The first time, I left it slide and I was nice. This time around, I'm not going to be. Okay?
You see almost that bird. If a bird could smile, he would do so right now. While he's turning his head, just staring at it with one eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would never attempt to hurt anyone who I'm in business with. That is bad for business, you see.
Mm-hmm.
I make deals. I do what I can to fulfill my deals perfectly. Because then they will ask for more, you see. I intend no harm to befall your daughter, so to speak, but I do require my anonymity.
Is there any reason why you're trying to hide, I guess, what you really are? I mean, I don't see a reason why, at least through my eyes.
Are you sure you wish to know what I truly am?
Hmm. I feel like I might be able to trust you more if that were the case. Because you seem to know a bit about me that I don't know about you.
Well, you see, when you walk in the land between dream and nightmare, you see some stuff. And then you also find these small puddles that make you see into this world. And I do follow along quite with quite an interest in what your little band of, well, misfits has been doing.
Not exactly my words.
Well, you're not entirely fitting together like pieces of a broken branch, now are you?
Hmm. Fair. Go on.
But if you truly wish to see what I look like, can make a deal.
Hmm.
But you do not speak about what I truly am to anybody else but you, me, and Magina.
I can't guarantee I'll accept this deal, but I want to hear the terms.
And I will make sure to keep my deal that I have with Magina.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have chosen to share what she has been prohibited from speaking of, so to speak.
Yes.
Which is to help you in the long run.
Those were the broad strokes of what I've heard.
We can't have, someone I do care about die too fast now, can I?
Wait, someone he cares about die too fast?
He talking about you. I'm not saying in game, just saying.
I know, just my brain's trying to process, and I'm like, okay, alright. Okay. So the terms.
So is that a deal?
So,
He holds out his clawed hand.
hmm.
Or do you wish to add some terms to it? But remember, be reasonable.
For now, I'll say I'm not gonna make that deal. We'll keep your form a little bit of a non-disclosure. I won't know it, and Magena will be the only one that knows. I just wanted to point out and make sure that you're aware that I will not let something like this slide again involving silencing anyone that is in my care, including my daughters.
I did so to protect her. You know.
And I appreciate that.
The reason why I silenced her for speaking out was because if she spurts out what I am openly, it puts her in danger too. Not just me, or anyone else in your little band here.
So,
I did her a favor out of the kindness of my little heart. Yes, I do have one. It beats in here.
and I don't know why they're so aggressive towards you other than me, and, well, Magena seems to be nice about you.
Do I actually hear some of this conversation? Because I'm actually outside where they are standing doing my morning ritual prayer.
I said I went away from people, just not too far away.
You might be able, to hear them talk, but you wouldn't, be able to make out what actually has been spoken. Like, you can hear the voices.
Basically, if she can hear the part where I actually have a heart, she will roll her eyes.
But also your little friend there. The big ball one. You should be careful about him.
Oh? Why's that?
Well, just don't let anything magical hit him, at least for a while. Wouldn't want him to, explode.
Who is he talking about?
He's talking about Eager. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Ah.
He is he's like a fire, you can say. A small ember burning right now. What happens if you put too much feed to a fire?
You would put it out.
You would either put it out or it will go whoosh everywhere.
Yes. Other than that, for the whole safety of the rest of us, could you give me a small idea of what you're protecting us from? That could be a big threat if someone were to find out and then say something?
He crawls up on your shoulder, like with a flap of his arm wings,
Mhm.
and he lands on top of your shoulder. And he looks around like like truly paranoid fashion for a moment, and he leans close into your ear. Someone who is much more powerful than you would ever imagine to become. And they are not happy, let's just say it like that, about your little friend. But there are also others out there who might not take goodwill to what your other little friend has become, as they would see her as a mockery.
Okay then. I'm glad we could have this talk, Ilum.
As you see, I try to keep you safe. I have my own reasons, of course, but I am, after all, trying to keep you and your little group safe from whatever might be out there.
I'll see if I can't make sure that they ease up on you a bit.
And I might, be striking a deal or two, but you have to remember that what gives me some of my power too.
I won't have any words to say against it, as long as it doesn't harm anyone that I care about.
I never make deals that hurt.
I just am making sure I am clear.
I might do a deal that would, in worst case, do a little bit of fun, or pranking but never hurt, or never kill.
Well, I believe everyone is starting to wake up at this point, and I believe we should go ahead and make our way back.
I guess I'm done with my morning prayer.
You are. Spirits, roll me a perception.
You got it, boss. Youch. 11. Yee.
You feel like you've been watched.
I'm assuming looking around won't help me in this scenario. Unfortunate.
You get the feeling that someone has been listening in and watching you guys.
Yeah, it's Twitch chat.
It's switching.
Is the tea done boiling fast? The tea she's making every morning for Avis with the morning sickness.
Yes, you will be making her tea too.
I said I put the tea over before my morning prayer.
Yeah, I know. So it would be ready for when Avis would be awaking.
Fortunately, she isn't doing too bad.
No, but it would still be an idea for her to drink it to keep herself calm.
It's basically helping her to not need to take out a constitution save.
Or at least if she ever is going to go through hard exertion where she would need to roll a con save, she gets to do it so with advantage.
Right.
So it seems someone tried listening in.
Oh no. You see how his eyes starts to glow a little bit.
Do they? You good?
You should really be more careful about who you trust.
I'm being careful as much as I can right now. We should probably join the rest of the party.
I would say so too.
Proceeds to then walk back.
As you arrive back into the chieftain's tent, where everybody else has been sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
you see Magina is packing up hers and your stuff for getting ready for the road. You see tea has been brewed and food is starting to be made.
And as soon as I see Avis, I basically pass her the cup of tea. Here for the morning sickness.
Oh, thanks. She'll take it. And drink.
And you also see Eager and Avis furiously debating.
All furiously. Yeah, we're not. Neither
Well,
of us is angry.
well, figure of speech, you know.
Having a debate.
Yeah.
So why are they debating?
Have you been reading chat?
Nope.
Just read the chat. You'll see it start from where Avis made that con save and go all the way
Well,
down from there.
basically,
and that's why you, and then you'll start to understand why Ilum suddenly started talking about Eager.
it's basically that Igor wants to have Avis try casting magic on him in order to like get
Build up
over
a
his
tolerance.
magic weakness right now that he got from that ritual that he basically had to die for temporarily. And see if he can build up a resistance. Yeah.
Oh, he actually did die, I would like to point out.
Yeah, I know. I said like died for shortly.
I was speculating whether or not having magic cast on me frequently would help me build up a tolerance. Because Eager doesn't know.
Can I actually like do some kind of Arcana check to see if that would help?
You can try.
Okay.
Give yourself
Here I
guidance.
go. Yup. That's a 17.
As you pay closer attention, you see, first off, his wound in his chest is still not fully closed. Where you can see like this ember of flame sometimes and spark of energy like shoot out of from. And you can also see that his veins are still glowing highly with this greenish energy. Or turquoise, really, better.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be a problem that Lena could fix? It is not
Well,
closing.
is it like the what about my question? Does that am I able to get an answer?
Well, you would need his wound into his magic. I would like to point this out because as I give the description, the wound that leads into his core is still not fully closed. I know you
Mm-hmm.
cannot fasten the healing of that because it needs to close naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know.
Because it quite literally leads into his very heart, so to speak.
Like all my magic veins are still injured.
Yes. And not damaged per se, but they are still, running through with untamed level of power through them.
They need to adjust.
Yes.
Is it just a process that needs to restore itself naturally? There's no way of.
Yes.
I see.
And your wound needs to close up naturally before exerting too much magic onto yourself.
So basically, wait to winter you properly healed.
Yeah. Avis will share this information with Eager. And also ask, does it still hurt?
Does it still hurt? Pass.
It does hurt a little bit in some cases, especially when something, for example, touches on the still not the still gaping wound in the middle of your chest where your
Like it's still a
sternum would
sore
be.
spot.
And especially if something, falls into your chest cavity, it hurts then.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I imagine it's properly bandaged up.
But if something do fall in there, it like disintegrates because of the level of magic fuckery that happens in there.
Alright. So don't stick my hand in. Okay.
Just don't touch it.
But I want to feel your heart beating for me, darling.
I can do that from the back.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like if something touches it, it hurts like hell. But as of just in a resting state, it's just the pain is more just an inconvenience, like a kind of itch you can't scratch, you know.
Right. I hope it heals soon.
I was just hoping that there was a way to speed it up. Because I'm worried about where we're going right now.
Oh, you should be.
If I hear that conversation, I will give the bird a really. If eyes could stare, he would. Could kill. He would be extremely dead.
But don't you worry, Eager. I will do my absolute best to make sure my mistress is pleased with the services I offer.
I will not make a deal with you.
Oh no, I'm talking about me and Avis's deal.
I believe that's a deal you made with Uthla.
But it also covers you. Remember?
Yes.
The first deal was also to protect those that you care truly about.
First deal was called off.
But I still stand to honor it, you see. Even though you do not wish to.
How honorable of you. It was filled with sarcasm.
Oh yeah. I made a promise.
Look at this, Spirits. I am trying to be nice, and yet all I get is scuff and scraps from the table. Oh, me, woe is I.
Really playing
Oh
that
yeah,
card?
I made a promise to the chief yesterday.
Mhm.
I will go out and keep that promise before we go on with what we gonna do.
Of course.
So see you in a bit.
You could be. I don't
She
know.
said and because looked like she just remembered something, and she found the healer's tent to learn how to make healing bombs.
Could stand to be just a little nicer to him. He's not really harming anyone.
He's harming my attitude.
Your attitude towards a lot of people is already
Questionable?
his words, not mine.
Are you hinting at something?
I
Listen,
might be.
listen,
What do
Ilum.
you think?
Avis, okay. As far as I know her, Avis is the type that really is very narrow-minded towards very specific goals.
Mm-hmm.
One of those goals is protecting those she cares about, mostly her mother. If you can provide her with aid to that, that's fine. That's why she made that deal with you. That doesn't mean that you get it doesn't mean that you can do whatever the hell you want and there won't be consequences.
Oh, I do follow a code, Eager. Brimstone. You might not just be understanding the code that I do follow. I make a deal, I do my best to keep said deal and complete the terms for it. She sought me out for a promise of power, not necessarily protection, even though I offered that too. She was more after the power itself, you see. She's a power-hungry little minx, is what she is.
Watch your tone, bird.
And you should potentially watch your tone when you speak to me.
You have done nothing to earn our respect.
Have I not?
You've insulted us. I don't see that as
I
being
only
very.
return what is given to me. Now, do I not, mistress?
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt that, considering you
Flame
still
Chamber here
decline. You
seems to be
demanded
of
an,
the all right sort. I
you
respect the
demanded an
views.
additional payment from her to break your connection. That doesn't sound like something that is returned.
If you want to break a deal when first made, there is a cost that needs to be paid. A deal is not easily broken when first is agreed upon. Like your connection with your father, would it?
I know the consequences of what I've done.
Then you would also know what she would have to do, potentially to break a contract with me.
I highly doubt that she needs to sacrifice her entire existence just to get rid of you.
No, but she would definitely need to sacrifice some power. To pay the fee. I'm not sure she would do that. Would you, my dear?
There's no much point in debating this. That deal is called off. It no longer applies. That cost is no longer is no longer due.
Maybe not. But still. I will do my best to keep your little dysfunctional family happy and safe.
I can see this going greatly.
That's quite a family that you need to look over then.
Oh, it's small stuff for me.
Really, you've dealt with bigger.
Years before. Sorry,
Yeah,
misclick.
it-
Sorry, I had a
it-
miss. I had a misclick.
Really, you've done with it before.
Shut
his,
up!
his ball, his balls dropped.
Shut up!
Continue. Continue.
I have dealt with greater things that you wouldn't even be able to comprehend, little friend.
I don't think I want to know.
Your loss.
Is it really, though?
Let's be fair, you'd probably ask for payment to let us know.
Not necessarily. I can teach you savages a thing or two, maybe.
Okay, now you're just insulting us straight down.
He's back on the insults a little bit, Ilum.
Fine.
You gotta be nicer to them before they become nicer to you. That's the unfortunate bit. I've always been nice to them. They've never hated me.
And fine. I
Well,
can try and enlighten you to a greater heights then.
Much better.
So what's been going on over here?
Oh, nothing much. Metal Shaper.
just some bickering back and forth.
The usual.
Oh, yeah, pass. I don't need a scene for the healing bumps creating stuff.
Oh, you would be able to teach it easily.
Yeah, basically just go out, teach them, go back.
Yeah.
Would I be back around now?
You would be stepping into the tent to hearing. Well, you see, young Metal Shaper. These ungrateful sort doesn't seem to appreciate the gifts and protection I give. Or
How so?
well, their pure attitude towards me seems to be what I can best describe as hostile. When I have
Hey,
done
your attitude had not been the best yourself. She basically saying behind him, while
and
he's
you should be a priestess of the Great Mother. And yet you seem to be of the sort that does not are afraid to seek out those who mean trouble to all of her children, it seems.
I'm not seeking trouble. I seeking peace.
And
I'm
yet
just saying, if you want us to talk nicely to you, you maybe start washing your own mouth.
I am speaking courteous to you, priestess, as I am with spirits here, Magena, young deacon over there, even though he seems to have be
I'm
very
just
absent.
saying the way you have to speak to others. If you want them to speak nicely to you,
I try
speak
to.
with respect.
I try to, and yet most people pay me back with naught but disrespect and hostility.
Well, if you sneak into our bed without us even letting us know, yeah, that's of course we're gonna be hostile towards you.
Hey, it was you who pulled me in for that hawk.
Oh, don't you try and pull that on me. That was absolutely not me.
I was laying right next to Avis, with a little gap between us because I respect her wanting, to cuddle with you. You were the one who pulled me in when you couldn't feel her.
Why were you in our bed?
I wasn't in your bed, I was next to it. Resting.
Okay,
This
so
one
let's set the boundary then. Personal space. If you're within the reach of my arms, you're within my personal space. It's as simple as that.
You are a big individual, Eager.
So,
You have long arms.
Points indicates to just the tribe we're in general.
I doubt that I'm all that big.
Could you? All right. Seems we're gonna have to do this baby steps, every step of the way.
You see what I mean? They're not being rational.
I think you just got off on the wrong foot with them. It'll take
Might
a little
be,
bit of
but
time.
well, I guess I will be staying with Machin and Spiris then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please don't. Please don't do that.
Well, most of us don't really know you that well, so I assume that they would consider it cautious more than hateful towards you.
But instead of arguing with the bird, should we make a plan for what to do next?
Well, was
Yes,
that the
Well,
tribe
I,
map?
I know
we
he's
thought?
irritating a lot of your people, but let there be peace and let us come to a union and continue what we're gonna do.
we'll call
We
it
do
a
have,
ceasefire for now.
yes, we do have places to be.
We can
Speaking of
call it a truce.
speaking of which, we do know the rough direction we're going, but we're gonna have to rely on your tattoo to know the exact direction it's.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want me to give you the map since you're going to be technically our navigator?
Yes, that would be wise.
Hands over the copy.
All right.
Ah, you're
Thank you.
seeking the tomb. Am I to understand it correct?
You know something about it?
Know something about it? Of course I do.
Then fill our ears with your words then.
So
Oh,
please
okay.
be
Not to be rude,
kind.
but just how old are you then?
You see how the bird's head almost, is upside down as it just stares at you. How old do you think I am?
Honestly, no clue, considering you're a being that's not from the material plane.
He's got
But
a point.
considering you have familiarity with, Avis's mother, it could be quite a few years,
Oh,
if not
me and her
centuries.
go way back. No need to
But
worry.
if you know something, would you be kind to share your information about the place? That could be a step in kindness to maybe show that you're not that bad, I should say.
As much as it's called a tomb, I wouldn't say it really, but it has become one with all those fools going there from time to time.
So exactly what do you know about the place?
Oh, I was there.
She's for first time actually sending him a smile.
Oh, I was there when it was first created, my dear.
Please enlighten us. What we have in waiting.
Well, you see, there's not much I can tell about it except what was done there eons ago. Is that something terrible did happen there?
Mm.
We need all the knowledge we can get.
And it has something to do with your mother, Avis.
I expected as much.
But it is also something to do with your patron, Eager.
What?
And also something to do with yours, priest.
The priest has a name.
Ilna, Elena, something, Aina.
He has been just referring to us by our titles or jobs specifically.
But please continue.
Much time has gone since then. But I can only say as much it was a terrible thing that happened there. But you will see. You will see when you arrive there.
Are there any tidbits of warnings you can give us about the type of dangers that await us?
What kind of type of danger? There's that
Need a drink?
not amount of danger there. I'm not even sure you would be able to make it past the gate. As you are right now. And if you do, well,
Instead of
good
the
on you.
riddling,
It could
can you
get worse from
maybe
there.
Well, you will understand when you see it, is all I can say.
And then she shift my character shift the view to others. Okay, so the Barons don't want to help us. Anyone have any other idea to find out how to prepare?
I've already asked my mother. However, she does not remember anything about this place. Although she did promise me that if she were to find out anything, she would tell me.
Ha!
Of
Her
course.
figuring out about that place. Ha! I would love to see her try.
Avis will glare at Ilum.
If you're
Which is
not
kind of
gonna
hard
help
because
us,
she doesn't have pupils and all that.
basically, if you're not gonna help us, could you please then just let us discuss what to do without interrupting?
I am sorry, priestess.
Thank you.
Eager actually looks impressed at Lena for the amount of composure she has for dealing with this shit.
She's in a good mood today, so she's just going to be friendly and try to get through the day.
But there is one thing I would like to give you.
Hmm.
You see how he like shifts his hand in beneath his feathers and pull out a couple of feathers.
Who does he pass it to?
He just hold out a handful of loose feathers.
And what do you want us to do with those?
Carry them, put them in a necklace or something like that. That it will give a little protection.
How exactly?
If you're given a gift, maybe explain it.
said what it would do. It would offer you protection.
It
Like, I don't
might.
want to. Like, I don't want to look an open gift deer in the mouth, but
Ha, that's a good one. I'll remember that one. No, but quite literally, it will protect you.
I'll pick one of the feathers.
And I have a few in my pocket. I'm gonna take those.
Eager's gonna.
Oh
grab
no,
one as
those
well.
feathers don't work for this. You need these.
I see.
Did
She'll
they have
take
a
one, I
different?
guess.
Did they look different to the ones that Avis already had?
The one Avis has in her pocket are like pure black. These has the shimmer to them.
Hmm. What would the what? Sorry. What did the pure black ones do again?
They
Apparently,
protect you
some
from.
sort of protection.
They give you protection from something physical. This is something that will keep you protected from something else.
Yeah, I know
Mm-hmm.
you're not trusting the bird, but it maybe could help your little Iger. Since I understand that you have a little vulnerability. Mm, You are a little vulnerable into magic. I will glad to
yeah,
Is
make
he is
you
he
a
giving
necklace
us?
of one of those feathers.
He's giving one of those feathers to all of us?
He has a handful of feathers, which would mean everybody could get one if they choose to take one. You see, Magena, she instantly takes one and ties
I'll
it
take one,
into
I
her
guess.
necklace.
I'm gonna take one too, tied into a
Eager's gonna
necklace.
take one. Eager's also gonna take one connected to the scale net, the poison tooth scale.
I'll wait for
I'll
everyone else
use
to get one.
I'll use the little thread I had from back when I had the moonstone as a necklace. I will use that to fashion a necklace of both kinds of feathers.
Yeah.
You're a smart one, mistress. Good idea.
Oh yeah, Avis, actually have a question for you. I traded myself to a deal for the skin, and she pointed to the skin she got yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Can you maybe help me making a kind of a cloak so I'm not freezing my skin off doing this journey?
Good save.
Sure, I can do that.
I wouldn't have held myself back.
Yeah. Freezing your cheeks off.
No,
I
I
can
like the
do
same
that.
cheeks.
In
That way we're even for you making the teas for me.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna help you making the tea every single morning, so it helps not with you not have the same accident as the first day.
Right.
Once everyone else has grabbed
Sure.
one of those feathers, I'll grab one then.
Is there anything specific you'd like me to do to this? Fur
Just
of yours?
help it to get into a shape where I can wear it, so it keep me warm,
I can do that.
like a cape or a cloak or something like that.
Consider it done.
What the fuck?
Proceeds to roll a
Thank you.
natural 20 and enchant it unconsciously.
Whoops.
Hey, that's what happened when he made armor. When Eager made armor for Uka.
Yeah. Simp.
Just so you guys know, I'm still outside, so I don't know any of this.
We'll pick you up when it's time.
Ha.
Edgy boy is gonna be edgy. We'll let him be edgy.
Also, if I'm wearing the feather necklace, do I get to know what its effects are?
You want to do what with the necklace?
She wants to
I'm
identify
wearing
what
it,
it
and I
does.
want to know what it does.
You would need to cast an identification spell to know what it does.
Darn diddly. Does anyone have identify?
Nope.
We don't.
No, but I do have my funny eyes that I can be able to do again since it's a new day.
Funny eyes.
Funny eyes.
Are they like the googly eyes on the?
And is
glasses?
making an Arcana check Does that help in any way?
I guess my character
You can
doesn't have.
try and see if you roll high enough to see if you can attain an
Right.
inkling of.
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely not gonna get the same result as the identify spell, but you could
Sure.
maybe cast
Just in case, I'll shed a bit of moonlight on it from the axe in case that helps.
It does not.
Uh, okay. Then I will make a Arcana check. That is a
Okay.
natural
Oh my
20.
god!
With
Nice.
A
luck,
fucking nat 20.
Let's go.
And a 1. What
One.
the
That's
fuck?
One
from the
D4
guidance, yeah.
From the D4.
So that's a 26 in total.
The black feather you have seems to make you shimmer a little bit. So does anybody else you give a black feather to? As if you are a little bit harder to pinpoint how to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it having the is it casting the effect of blur on us?
How does it? What's the mechanical effect of it?
It gives a +1 to your AC.
Ah, sweet.
That's the black feather.
Oh.
That's the
Interesting.
black feather.
Should we mark that down,
AC.
or is that just her?
That's my. I only
How
have
many
the
of
black
them?
feathers.
Ah, okay.
I
It's
only
How
have the
many
black
of them
feathers.
does she
her
have?
special
Yeah,
features.
how many do I have of those actually?
You have 3 of those.
I see. Uh,
Do their effects
I'll,
stack?
if I put 3 of them on one necklace.
They do not stack.
Oh, okay. I'll give one of the feathers to Eager.
Of course you would.
Makes sense.
All right.
I'll just
Alright,
keep
he
the
says.
last one. Oh, just in case.
Hey, you can keep it for the baby.
Hmm. What does the shimmering feather do?
The one with the light reflecting off of it and have this like shimmer to it.
Hmm.
You feel it emanating some kind of barrier that shields you, but you're not entirely sure from what and how it works. Because this is some unknown magic even for you to try and get an understanding of.
Hmm.
Oh god, even on a nat 20.
Well, she don't know. She don't know.
Am I able to figure out what its mechanical effect is, or is that beyond me?
That is beyond you as of right now.
All right. Guess we gotta find someone who can cast Identify.
By the way,
I'm
Avis,
sure one of the shamans in town can do that. Yes?
is how is the child doing? Is it still calm? Is it starting to kick?
I feel like it's I'm looking at past for this one.
About which
Or
time
Pepper.
would she
I'm
be at right now?
I'm like a month and a few weeks in, I think.
But you have a sped
Although
up.
my
But you have a sped
pregnancy,
up birth rates.
my pregnancy is 1.5 times faster, so it
Would it not be
would
second
be
month right
roughly
now?
2 months in human terms.
The little one wouldn't start kicking entirely yet, so to speak, where it would be
Does it
felt
even have
by.
legs?
Knowledge for you to know off game, so you can play your character better. You will first feel the first kick around month 4
Oh, I see. So
in your
I don't feel
pregnancy.
anything yet.
He cannot feel it before month 6.
You might be able to feel if it like shifts around, but it's not really, the kicking feeling you get.
No, you
Right.
only get it around month 4.
Yeah, but you can still feel the feeling of it like shifting around a little bit.
That is the feeling she can get when month 4.
Really?
Yes, I have been
Oh,
through it.
right, because it still has a lot of room, so to speak. Right.
I'm basically sitting in it in real life, Pass.
Fair enough.
If anyone's the expert on it right now, it'd be her.
Yes. I'm fucking living it.
And not loving it, are you?
Sometimes not.
I also notified that Magina took one.
Yep.
She was actually the first one to grab one, just like, wait,
Yep. Immediately.
Yoink!
puts it in her hair decoration.
I would wait until basically everyone got one, and seeing that Ria's not in the room, I would have probably just grabbed one of them and waited.
I'm just gonna make a necklace and put it around my neck.
Where's the edgy
Does
chain?
Igor use the black feather I gave him?
Yeah, I'm attaching both of them to the.
Okay. And you have a +1 to AC.
Yeah, I marked it down.
Neat.
We should say farewell to the chieftain before we depart.
We also need to get our hands on Riot.
He's
He's-
probably-
How fast could Avis actually do the cloak for her?
It would take her a day or two if she's going to sew it together, because she would need to basically take when you guys are sitting down for a rest, she would need to like sit and start sewing, and depending on how well and fast she does it, it would take some time. Like she would need at least to use a day or two on it.
An actual full day of committed work.
Mhm.
Let's see.
So basically, she can do it between the rest and.
Yeah, if I do it at night, because I can sleep a lot less, I can sleep a lot shorter, so it
Yeah,
would be
just
done
be
in like a
sewing.
night or 3, 4.
Just be sewing whilst you're soaking in the moonlight.
Mm-hmm. So like 3 to 4 nights, I guess.
So basically, she will have something warmer after some time.
She'll
Yes.
just,
Well,
she'll just have to
you can
borrow
still-
deacons again.
I mean, you can
I
still
mean, you
wear it
can-
now. It's just like a
yeah.
skin that you just cover.
It'll just be a little bit inconvenient and heavy, but it'll work.
Because
She
you
can
would
use it
also
when she's
potentially
freezing
need
too much.
to trim some of the fur for it not to be too heavy.
Yes, basically make it
Because
cowboy.
actually, anybody who wants to take a look at the skin may roll me a nature to figure out what it's from.
Sure, why not?
I should probably do that
Huh.
since I'm going to be working with it.
Druid.
18.
Nature. 23.
Everybody
Yeah,
above a 15 knows that it's probably from a yak.
Got a yak.
Yak.
Got a yak.
Do we know what a yak
Yeah.
is?
You got a yak.
Long-haired bovine that lives in mountain and mm, upper plains, so to speak, highlands
Hmm.
cattle.
Guys,
I see.
he's dropping a hint.
Neural.
Dairy.
Milk.
Milk.
Milk is the new bone steel. But still, bone steel still exists.
No, that's
God!
We still need to do it.
I forgot. He thought he
Don't
was
worry.
rid of it.
No,
Don't worry. When I get back to playing Oka, she will definitely work on that.
I'm sorry to
Good.
say this
She's
pass.
working on that now while you're not her. So
Like it's basically like it's not even this campaign's goal to defeat Ozarkot. No, it's to make bone steel.
Ozarkard's just a side note, but
And to
Yeah,
think,
it's just a side quest.
and to think that the person who got this curse on the game was the player that left.
Wasn't
Yeah.
I? Well, I thought I was the one that.
No,
used it.
it was Durson.
it
Oh.
was a few people. I think it was a few. I would think it was a mix of people.
It was both Thurston and Avis who started talking about it idly on a side note after the game.
And then
And
I
you
took it
started
in.
about, and then you started talking about the realism of it, and they never let it go.
Yeah,
ever
and then
since
I
then,
was just like, get my teeth kicked in by everybody, like, oh my god, we're gonna work on this.
And then you were like, God, what have I done?
What have I done? If I just had learned to keep my fucking mouth shut.
Well.
You
These are
get-
the consequences
But
of my actions.
shifting away from Bone Steel Pass, what's gonna happen?
Yes, we're traveling, I imagine.
You will start the long trek around
When
the
they
mountain.
Because if I
When they leave
remember
the
correctly
tent.
from the world map, we need to slightly move back around the edge of the mountain, right?
Yeah, you would basically, from the plateau you would need to go down the plateau, then travel south, around, and then shift over to east. Then you would need to find a pass in which you would need to climb up the mountain to where the tomb, so to speak, is said to be.
Yeah, Pass.
as
Did I manage to talk with the Elder, or when I was learning my trade?
You would also have talked to the elder because he was kind of curious about what you were doing.
Basically, looking up what have you seen the day before and stuff like that.
You ask him about what he saw in his vision.
Yes.
There
So
was
it
nothing
maybe
but blackness, pain, anger, and screaming. Oh, the screaming!
The man's got PTSD.
can I do something for helping his mind not getting blown before I go for the talent? Actually,
He needs some of that. He needs some of that sleeping tea.
I cast Intellect Fortress.
Excuse me, what?
I'm joking.
Wait, is there a spell called that?
That is
Wait, what?
actually
There is
actually a
actual
spell.
spell.
Yes. Yeah. There is a spell that would give you like advantage on all the mental saves, I think.
Yeah,
I'm fairly certain.
I'm pretty sure it also gives you
basically,
resistance to psych.
can I mix him a tea that this should help?
Sure.
with?
You give him a nice calming tea to help with his nerves after this.
Yeah, she basically fixing him a tea too, while she boiling the water for Avis.
You don't know what it was like. It was like I was drowning in a hatred, anger, and this blackness that seems to be blacker than the night itself. And the screams, all the screams of those poor people.
So basically, he didn't see anything that could help
But
them.
I saw something. A stone reaching towards a blackened and burning sky.
Be asking him to describe the stone.
It was like a finger pointing towards the sky in defiance.
And
the
she will
arms
take a
by the
mental note
finger.
and talk with everybody about it when she get back. Basically, giving an info dump.
A stone that gives the gods the finger. That makes
Hmm.
sense.
That sounds about right.
Stone finger.
If we're going to look
Honestly,
for
the visual in
weapon.
my head of this elder is just a Vietnam War veteran.
Well, at this point, yeah.
You weren't there, man.
We fucked him up real bad.
Yeah.
All we did was ask him to look into
I'm
one
sure
thing.
it's fine.
It's not fine.
He'll be fine.
No, he won't.
He'll be
He'll be
effed
fine.
up.
He'll be fine when he has the weapon back.
No. He will be fine the day he dies because then he will finally get rest.
Yeah, he's scarred for life
Oh my
because he
god!
Basically,
Yep.
basically
Yeah,
making him a
turmoil.
common tea and give the recipe for the healer.
As long, if only we had Jimmy with us, she could cast calm emotions on the man.
That
Yeah.
would help a little bit, but
That lasts like an hour, doesn't it? He's got the rest
Yeah.
of his
It's
life.
like it's like
10
1
minutes?
to 10 minutes.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, good. 10 minutes of
This dude's
respite before
fucked.
going back into a complete.
At
fucking
least
psycho.
during that time you can have a reasonable conversation with him.
So that's true. We don't care after that.
Ryef,
Yeah.
you're moving towards the evil spectrum, I would like to
Yeah,
point
be
out.
careful with your alignment, pal.
I'm not there.
Anyways, right.
Yeah,
Here's
you're
this
here.
feather.
I'm waiting for them at the gate
Oh.
because they're so fucking slow.
Wow.
Fuck
Damn,
you.
okay,
Fuck
gee.
you, man.
Basically,
Right.
that's what I did before, and then back to now.
Let us RP,
Alright.
damn it.
Anyways, off we
I'm
go.
joking.
Travel.
Find Rieth at the gate.
Slap
So,
him.
Give him.
Chuck
Yeah.
a
So,
feather at him.
Give him.
When
feather.
when you guys get there, he'll say, "Why are you guys so slow?"
We need to take care of stuff.
Why are you so impatient?
Do you want a feather?
A what?
A feather.
Apparently
Why?
those feathers help protecting with
The bird
what we're gonna face.
from Ilum.
Okay.
No, it
sure.
sadly does not protect us from the room.
You said sure.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
My God, if we could find something that protects us from Ilum.
You want help creating a necklace for it, so it's easier to go with you?
Yeah, if you got something to tie it on with, that'd be good.
I basically find something like the like what I did before, did, and tied around it so and hand it to him.
Alright, I'll tie it on my neck.
It's get easier to carry.
Onward.
Are we good to go now?
I would hope so.
Would you guys mind if we take a quick toilet break?
Yeah.
Sure,
That's
we can
fine.
take a small break. I can also grab myself something quick to feast on while we wait. So, but remember, there is life. You guys are still alive, so to speak.
We know,
Yes,
but
we
we're-
shall now scream profanities.
I
We
shall
shall-
be
we shall
on my least
entertain.
behavior.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
But
getting the fuck out of
Quick
here.
break. A
I'm
quick
getting the fuck
break.
outta
Now that the teacher's not here.
Teacher's not here. Now we can talk all shit. Oh,
Instantly, everyone shuts up.
yeah, no, that's usually what happens. Every time. I just saw the little fucking be right back stone get slapped onto the fucking wall.
I'll imagine minor illusion pause buttons everywhere.
Let's go.
Everyone is frozen in time.
Everyone is permanently paused, and the DM doesn't even know it yet. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're making progress on people not hating Ilum as much. This is
I have
Yeah,
a
I'm-
return.
I
I
don't know
don't
about
really
that one.
care about Ilum. I'm
Yeah.
indifferent
I'm
to
aware.
him.
I'm aware, but at the same time, we got Eager and Davis, and Lena was being a little bit of a bitch towards him too.
Well, he was
I
being a
wonder
bitch
why.
towards us.
He's got a unique way of speaking, you see, about similar to the idea of how I'd like to speak to most of my friends.
Yeah, it's literally he's on the level of an entitled brat.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be also a notorious shit talker.
Also, he has insulted Avis and her child and Eager on multiple occasions. Like, Avis is not happy with this guy.
Got off on the wrong foot, thank you.
And you
Towel.
shouldn't have made the deal.
Got off on the wrong
Literally
foot.
upon waking up,
My guy called her child a mistake.
listen,
Damn.
shit
And he
happens.
snuck into our fiance's bed.
Listen, hear me out. That's on you that you cuddled him. That's a you thing, not me. That's
No,
Yeah,
that's
he
him.
said he was
no.
he was next to the bed.
said he was
She
next
was
to the
gone,
door.
so you grabbed
They-
him instead.
You reached out.
If he was close enough for me
Yeah.
to reach him, he was too close.
Well, now we've discovered this. Now maybe we can figure out a distance. But other than that, it's not like you have to worry about it, because he's sleeping in Magena's hair.
Shouldn't that worry you then?
He does no harm. I won't worry about it. He does something, I will go to the ends of the earth to kill him.
I mean, she is a tree
You're
chick.
make fried
so
chicken.
I'm gonna have fried chicken.
She's a tree chick, so it makes sense.
Fair enough.
He's
He's
got what?
making
He's
a
gonna
nest.
start.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna start gathering shiny things and put it in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Magena slowly turns into a bejeweled tree.
Jesus fucked. I didn't need to hear that. Oh my god.
Walks around, she's just got like a nest outside the side of her head.
You just put your ear next to her head, and you just suddenly hear. You just suddenly hear. All right, boys, I'm going all in. Yeah, what?
Boys, I'm going all in. Wait, what? What?
Playing poker.
It's got like some of his friends in there too. Just some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even
They got-
like other dream creatures. It's actual birds that he's talking to that just flew into the
It's
air.
literally just he's cast mirror image and he's playing with his mirror images.
He's only playing against
It's like-
himself.
And just, you just see smoke coming out of her hair because they're all smoking in there.
The wild scenarios we can make up with just this little beady fucking bird, man.
I just imagine him now with a cigar hanging out his beak.
Well, he did say he wanted like a tiny suit and everything, so my imagination of him is once he gets that suit, I only can imagine him with a cigar from then on out.
Yeah, he becomes a mob boss.
Yeah, he becomes a mob boss. Man makes deals for a living. What do you expect
Oh
him
my
to
god, he's
do?
gonna have a fucking
Mhm.
fedora and like that.
Well, didn't he
Yeah.
also ask for a hat
And he
with
starts,
that suit?
and he starts,
He-
and
he
he starts
asked
talking
for a
like
suit.
a mafia don.
Yeah.
You wake up, Ego wakes up and there's a horse head next to him.
Oh God, do not remind me of the Godfather.
The logo mafia.
Horses, we haven't come across any horses yet.
Hey, he's a bird.
Yeah.
He flies around and finds one, man.
Not gonna lie,
can I say?
kind of vibing with the idea of the bird mafia. Really want to see that come into play.
Is this the new Gambler Black?
Ah,
Sure, sure.
no, the Gambler Black is cool. This guy isn't.
You have a personal hatred towards this bird. I like him. He's chill.
I was gonna say that's because he's not a mob boss yet.
Give him time.
He hasn't reached his final form.
Yeah. He's got to make a few more deals. He's got to wheel and deal a bit.
Plus, we haven't found dice yet.
We could easily make a set of bone dice. Those exist.
When numbers don't yet, so
Yeah, exactly. We don't have numbers yet.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, the
excuse
numbers.
me, but you don't need numbers to make dice.
I'm back.
Well,
Just make
oh yeah,
symbols.
it's just got dots. Yeah.
just like symbols.
Yeah.
I mean, I am inventing writing.
Well, event it faster.
I'm sorry, we're not in camp right now. I can't do that.
See, I couldn't do it because I'm too busy as the druid and working a lot of NPC shit.
I'm trying to remember who I am.
Yeah.
You've got your own issues to deal with, Buckaroo.
Ryaf
Yeah.
is just there to look edgy.
Listen,
Yeah.
he balances his entire party out. He's the edgy boy.
That's why he's
Hmm.
always on the edge of camp.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
Bruh.
only just noticed that.
No.
I've always noticed that. You're always either you're on the edge of camp or you're always outside, not with the rest of the party.
Mm.
No, that's just that. Then he would just be an outsider. I mean, he is, but
Yeah.
A few people here are outsiders in that scenario.
He's not any more of an outsider technically than Lena and Deacon are.
Exactly.
He just behaves like more of an outsider.
Yeah, man lived out in
'Cause
the
he's-
wild. He
he's
doesn't
like-
like people.
Yeah.
I wonder if there will be a day when he finally fucking gets his act together and starts being a bit more social.
The fuck you mean gets his act together? He's getting his act decently
Unlikely.
together.
He's been wandering for several decades on his own. He is the definition of a hermit.
Yes, but at
Yep.
the same time, he's managing to have a kid, and now because he's having that kid, he's trying to warm up more towards just being with him, his wife, and the kid. He doesn't want the entire family all stacked there. He just wants them.
They can visit, just not live all on top of each other.
Yes. He has a reasonable thought process of it.
So I guess he has come around a bit
Very much so.
since there's that.
Hey, as long as he acts like a functioning member of the tribe.
Society.
The fuck
Nobody
you mean?
cares.
He's growing herbs. He's doing what I do, just with herbs. Making poisons for war.
Training
Although
recruits.
his final goal,
Mhm.
that's a different story.
Well, you did say that technically we don't know it, but you did inform everyone here and
Yeah, you know, out
the
of
home
character.
audience that
Yeah.
he was never planning on staying here.
Well, no, it's not that. Like, I'm talking about like the soul imprisonment whole
Oh,
deal.
that thing.
He wants to imprison
The
somebody's
forbidden
soul.
magic.
The forbidden things.
Like that's downright a prime evil.
Mm. That's the only thing that's kept him going all these years.
Well, let's see how.
Hey,
To
is
what
where I want
degree,
to be.
Let's see to what degree Nala and his child can mellow him out.
Let's see.
Let's see, indeed.
Because there's no guarantee that he's gonna get his revenge before the child is born.
Nope.
Yeah.
And
Only
you know,
time will tell.
he does need to be a father.
Or is the goal more intense? We'll have to see.
Tune in.
Well, considering
We're
what
not ending the game now.
considering what Riot has shared with the party about his past, I feel like he'd take parenting very seriously.
Yeah. Or is the thing that's kept him alive for the last like 20 years, is that more intense?
Hey, I will
But
see.
we will figure
Right.
that out next time.
Oh God, he's back!
I wasn't surprised.
Everybody scatter!
I'll race
Did
the
you back-
pause button.
So back in.
Now we're ending today's session here.
Hey,
Bro.
pal!
Joking. I'm joking. I'm
I
joking.
will come over to your house and I will be very mad.
Upon hearing those words, I
You will
explode.
always be welcome to come.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
don't you worry, Rutram. I will be visiting them this summer.
Take me with you.
Upon hearing the words of ending, I'm going to explode.
But we
Just
will
gotta
be going
prepare you
back
that we're
online.
gonna be the baby
By the way,
there.
Spears, are you gonna share the detail with Eager that he might explode if he gets magic cast on him?
We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. He did attempt to tell you, and you kind of
Okay, so you're just gonna let him
too.
be in blissful ignorance.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Oh, he will not be fun, trust me.
So we going on a trip.
On our favorite rocket ship.
Ugh.
To
I'm
adventure.
not singing. Nope.
No, we're not singing it because that's gonna be DMCA.
As you will start
Yeah.
to trek down the mountain.
Shouldn't we not switch map then?
Did I
Let's
not?
switch to the. Let's
No, you
switch
didn't.
to
No,
the.
we
We're on the
on
camp, Joe.
God
the
damn it!
swap.
It didn't follow through.
It didn't
You
follow
need to
through.
drag us as players
You did-
towards the new map.
I am trying to direct the player group. There we go.
There it is.
Transition.
Transitioning.
Ooh, he narrowed the area of search.
Let's go. He made our jobs easier.
You know somewhere where it is.
And Avis have a really good tracking where it helps us
literally-
find it
She
the right
literally has
way.
a metal detector.
Mm-hmm.
I have the tattoo and I have the map. I should be able to lead us pretty safely.
As
Technically,
you
this is
take the
advised, David.
grueling trek down and around the mountain path, you do stumble upon other groups of hunters and travelers.
Like more of those nomads groups that Lena and Deacon have been part of? Or
At least part of the
just
bear.
people in transit?
These would seem to be of the bear, since they are all giant folk, so to speak.
They're just hunter groups.
Or potential traders traveling between different encampments. You're not entirely sure.
Do they react on our presence?
They do give,
Funny looks.
a mixture of funny looks, greetings, as they pass you by, basically.
That sounds about right.
Basically, just give them a friendly smile back. Bringing
Respectful
some
nod.
sunshine into the dark world.
Can you stop being such a goddamn flower child over there just for a second? Jeez!
That's
that
the
Ilum
way
or-
I'm playing her.
No.
Is that Ilum
Goddamn
or...
hippie. No, I think
Oh.
he was just saying that.
Yes.
Pass.
I mean, Ilum is
You-
just
Flower
past.
child.
This is the epitome of an evangelist.
So much life.
On the way, she will actually ask if she want her to help her give a blessing to her child from the great sun.
I'd rather
to
you
give
didn't.
her to give her a easier birth.
Thank you, but no.
Let's remember that you cast detect good and evil on the party, and you detected some semblance of evil.
I know, but she can always try to spread sunshine and kill the evil.
Kill it with kindness.
I will show you the darkest night and I will kill you. Anyway, that's not actually said.
Are you muttering that under your breath, or?
No, that's what Avis thinks, like very briefly after being annoyed, but
DM, I
She
wish
passes
to
that
cast
thought
detect
immediately.
thoughts.
God,
She
brutal.
just, I respect your decline. If you ever decide to do it anyway, then just say so.
of course.
But yes, Ryev, as the party walks along, you see this 2 feet bird, like this between a feet and 2 feet tall birdman land on your shoulder. So, Ryev, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was asked if I could give you a feather. It's for protection.
I've already got one. Spiris gave it to me.
Ah, Good, 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 good. You see how he just like puts it back into himself. Good, good. We're just going to offer if you didn't had one yet.
Should
Good.
have kept your mouth
Thanks.
shut. You would have gotten a second one.
They don't stack.
Whatever. You could be able to use another one later.
He can use it on his son or daughter.
Or his wife.
Honest, right?
Well,
Anyway, too late now.
if you ever should have need for something for your little trip westward when you're going to take that, let me know and I will see what I can do.
Wait. Do you have the ability to retrieve things? Objects?
Yes, I do. What did you have in mind?
I'll
Do
look
remember
around.
I cannot carry too much of stuff since, I have a limit of what I can carry.
I'll look around and is everyone like out of earshot?
You have walked a little bit off from the party to basically find a path through the terrain.
I'm after a black gem from a volcano, the size of my palm. I've been told they're in the Badlands, but I don't know if we'll be going there anytime soon.
Ah. May I know why purpose you seek? Soul glass.
Depends on the deal.
Is it for your little vengeance, Riot?
Yes.
Ah. Well. And what exactly do you wish to do with said soul glass?
This you don't need to know. Depending on whether you can retrieve it or not, and the deal you wish to make,
What do you
maybe
wish
I'll tell you
to...
then.
What would you give in return?
What do you want in return?
Oh, there are many things I could wish for in return. But the question is, what do you think would be a fitting offer in exchange?
Name it.
Since you're going to use it to take a life, I would suggest you give me a life.
How so?
You know, to keep the balance afloat, you're going to take something away out of the great circle, then you need to add something to it now, won't you?
Just any life?
But it also needs to be important to you, since you're going to take something that is important to you out of the equation, am I not right?
if I told you why, would you lessen it?
It matter not for your stories that you can bring forth of the pain and suffering you have been through. I have my price. The question is it important enough for you to pay to complete what you seek out?
I'm not taking another life that's important to me. You can leave now.
No, 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 no. You are misinterpreting it.
I think instead of you having to offer a life, I think he means as you take a life away from the world, you have to create a new one.
Which you're already doing. So,
I think he means something that has more to do with Ilum himself.
ugh. With that thing, it's a bird.
So basically, create
Okay, now you're twisting it in a way that that was not intending.
He probably wants to place his soul into the kid.
Why? He already has a present material.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
but the presence
he'll
is
be physical. Like he'll be tied
also his present
to this
right now is
plane.
temporary because he's bound to Avis's life.
He'll be bound to this plane.
Soon as Avis is gone, he's gone.
Reminder: you're becoming an elf, which has an insane lifespan.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's not infinite. And to him, who's probably like thousands of years old, he's ancient. I imagine an elf's lifespan might not be all that much.
And once again, reiterating, you're a daughter of Uthmar, so you have the potential of becoming immortal.
Yeah, but there's no
Or
guarantee
close
of that.
to.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not.
does it mean that they can die?
I'm not taking your deal. I'll
Are
find
you
another way.
sure?
Yes. I will not harm anyone who is important to me.
You wouldn't harm anyone who's important to you. Quite the opposite. I think they would be happy to spend some time with you like that.
So, what do you mean then? You said for, for me to take a life.
You need to add one.
Hmm.
What I am saying, and now you listen well to me.
What do you get out of this deal then?
I want you to give me your second child.
That's not happening.
Really?
Family is the most important thing to me. So that is off the table.
I did not ask for your first one, which.
I don't care. You
Wait
can
a
leave now.
moment.
Go away. I'm done talking to you.
Fine, fine.
Does he leave?
Yeah, he flaps off,
Hey,
That's right. He failed.
lands on Magena's shoulder, and starts whispering into her ear.
Okay, moving on.
So how's the journey going?
It's a hard path you have chosen, but it seems to be the only one that leads up uh, into from the highlands into the mountain proper. It's a very steep, and sometimes you actually need to climb on the mountainside where the path simply just disappears, and there's only a rock wall to climb on.
We train our climbing skills then.
You do, but it will also take a lot longer than first estimated how to get there.
Um, so how far can we go this day
You managed to climb up to one of the first plateaus in the mountain
before we
range.
hit before it's around dark?
It's in the afternoon, but you're not sure you would be able to make it to the next because you would need to climb over a mountain face to get up there.
So take a rest.
Mm.
Spend the
Night,
night.
night tell using the tattoo how long it's still the journey, like how far away.
If you took the flight in as a bird, you're pretty sure you could make it in less than l- less than a couple of days if you flew for 2 days straight with no break, given the estimate of where you need to go up. Potentially a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more.
But in this pace,
But since we're land walkers,
It might
terrain.
take a week or more,
Lovely. Well, a
given the
week it is
difficult
then.
terrain you're faring through.
So by foot, it'll take us a week to get there.
Potentially.
Pass.
All right.
Yes.
Now that we're on this plateau, can I take the opportunity to search for loose crystals?
You can try.
So we're setting up camp here to rest
The
for the
rest of
day.
the
The
day
night,
because
I
it has
guess.
been a hard trek up here, especially
Mm-hmm.
for some of you more than others.
Looks at
What?
looks at
How are we getting up? Are we climbing or is it like
A mixture of walking and climbing.
how the
Like
fuck's
some
Fang gonna
places
get up
there are
there?
like where
imagine
you need
steep
to climb
inclines.
up a series of like small outcroppings where you quite literally need to climb up to an outcropping, rest for a
Uh,
moment, and then climb up to the next outcropping.
but how's Fang gonna get up there?
He knows his ways around the rocks after a moment.
Aye,
Avis will be making a lot of use of Misty Step, I think.
lazy.
I could just wild shape and start climbing the wall.
She's
Hey,
pregnant and she has like 11
preg-
strength.
I have
she
10.
is prego.
So what would you want me to roll past?
What were you
Roll
looking
me
for?
investigation.
I'm looking for loose crystals, like not ore veins, just crystals
Ah,
that are just lying about.
gotcha.
Using luck.
You can get a guidance, by the way.
Yeah, you want to give it to me?
Yeah, I'm giving you guidance.
All right.
Wow.
11.
Oh, I was gonna include it in the roll.
Oh, well, then do
All
it.
right. Well, now you've rolled it now.
Ah,
You gone and done it now.
13 total.
this is better.
You don't seem to find any crystals here on this side of on that is on the outside of the mountain. You would probably need to find a cave to find any crystalline growth. But you do find a couple of very smooth stones that are very pretty.
Okay. Where
Pretty
stones go.
pebbles.
Pretty pebbles, okay, but it's also we're climbing a mountain, so unnecessary weight. Plus, I still got Chris with me.
Let's go, Chris. Number 1.
Why does my husband talk to a rock?
Because the rock talked back.
I'll have you know that rock is a total.
Has it
badass.
ever actually?
Yeah, it has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Why do you
bickering.
think I got it with me? Because
I
it
don't know,
talks
you're-
back to me.
You're a person from the Stone Age, and people are weird.
Can't believe you're questioning why he's talking to a rock. Unfaithful.
You're talking to
Well,
a bird.
Dad, it's because he at least seems to wanting to spend time keeping me company. And he's been telling me a great deal of things, it would seem.
Subtle roast.
Don't worry, I didn't overlook that. That hurt, but
That was like a knife between the ribs.
it was said so passively too. It just
The gentle stab.
yeah.
I guess that was what Jenna speaking to her father.
Yep.
Yep.
Because I was pointing out that they seem to be getting along well with Ilum.
You see how she's starting to scratch the bird underneath its beak. And he just paws to it.
Basically making ready to set up camp during the night.
Idle chat before before we set up camp, I guess.
But apparently Ilum brought me some news of one of your friends.
News?
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to say it?
You see how both of them are looking at each other for a moment, and Ilum just like shrugs. I don't think it's a necessary secret. He didn't ask me to, and he didn't pay the price for me to shut up, so...
Oh, real thing, huh?
Oh.
Gonna fucking dob on me.
I mean, we already know about that, don't we? He did it right in front of us, no?
No, he has not.
Like, the original, wasn't it?
No,
I thought it
The
was like
only
right
one.
after.
no, the original he said to you is that he wanted to, one, kill his brother, because F that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Makes sense.
And he also talked about how he wanted to kill his dad.
But what,
That's
like,
really the only part he has talked to you guys about the entire plan he has.
So he wants to kill the Sang, who running around doing good stuff.
It's who I thought was my dad.
Who he thought was his dad, so to speak.
Oh, so the evil chief.
Yes. Okay then.
Well, you see, Ilham, I got this one. And she like rolls onto her back while looking straight at you with her head tilted backwards. So it seems Ryef wants to do something that would be seen as a crimes against nature.
Audible blank. Okay.
You know, it's bad enough that he wants to kill his own brother and
Mm-hmm.
potential father.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by rolling? Oh, you need to roll me your tailoring
Tailoring
plus.
Right.
skills.
That's dexterity based, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
I already love that part.
Casual 27. Anyway, please go on.
Yeah.
You make a good start on what potentially will be a great cloak as you trim
Oh, right, that's
the
only,
hairs off and all that.
that's only the start of it.
Well, wanting, already killing, a brother and all that is already seen slightly as a crime.
I mean, it's not seen favorably.
No, and then also a potential dad on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
She grimaces a little bit at that mention. And not only that, but apparently he also wants to do something that is so violent and forbidden that he might end up ruining himself and potentially his family.
That is.
Oh, capturing the soul of his brother and potential father in a piece of soul glass.
Audible blink. Oh. Hmm. When was this found out?
Well, apparently he wanted to try and make a deal with Ilum about him trying to get some soul glass for him.
Mm-hmm. I would Spears know anything about soul glass? I don't think he would.
Roll me a nature, just to see if you have heard of it before,
Okay.
because your tribe might have had, a piece or two that has been used for ritual
No.
things.
16.
16. Let me see here.
Something. It's not bad.
The Deer tribe has one single ritual dagger made out of obsidian, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
or or volcanic glass, soul glass, dragon glass, a soul gem has it or has it also been mentioned
Yes.
of many different names over time.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have one singular knife made out of that is used for when you're um, doing some really high tier rituals, so to speak.
Yeah.
Especially doing a sacrifice sacrificial rituals, especially, is it used through?
Hmm. So
Basically, it's rare in power.
yeah, it's rare power.
It is.
And he plans on using it to capture the souls of his brother and evil dad. We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark.
Yeah, question mark on the end of it. I mean, I knew that he wanted to kill his dad and brother, but I didn't know he'd go that far.
Yeah, and the only thing Edom asked for was, what was it again? You said a life? No. I asked if he was going to use something I brought to him for him to take a life. I at least demanded that I was given a life.
You know, out of context, it doesn't sound like a good thing either.
Oh, I was just talking about him. If he was so willing for a revenge to break the cycle of life and death that he could, bring, me a child of his own.
Hmm.
To make sure that he is not completely deranged. He, of course, threw my offer right to my face and sent me flying.
So was that canon?
Was that him or was that you, Pass? You good?
Probably a bit of both.
Might be a bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
That's all that
It
all
sounds
that
like there's
cigarette
something
smoke
stuck
that
in
he
your
had from
throat.
earlier.
No, it's not.
All the smoking you did earlier.
No, it's not. Shut up.
No, not you.
Is someone,
When you
is
were
someone
away,
being defensive?
when
Basically,
you were
after,
away, we were saying that
after
he
the
was
cold.
smoking.
We were making a smart ass joke about while you were away that like Ilum was smoking and shit. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Ah, the bird was smoking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it was a joke.
He was hitting the bong. Even though
Oh,
that
I
Last
was
wish I
receptacle.
could.
but he's hitting the peace pipe.
Just gotta smoke him that peace pipe, man. Anyways.
But as I said, he quite literally sent me flying
So
afterwards.
I gotta ask now. How would this destroy his family after he were to do this atrocious idea?
What do you think Inalda would do to him if he took a soul that is hers to send off?
I don't think they'd be very happy. I can say that much.
What do you think
Well,
Uthla would do, since she is the mother of all life, and it's a life that can no longer be given new life to?
He said, Uthla, Erla.
Erla. So she would say to a life that can no longer be given birth to into this world.
yeah.
Basically,
And I
almost
don't
every
think
god is hated.
Uthla or Uthla would be so kind to someone doing dark magic, which it requires to even attempt to do that, of the most heinous kind.
So what I'm
So
hearing,
basically, were he to do this, he would be hated by all.
I was about ready to say, based on everything.
And I'm not sure the Great Creator blessed be his soul,
Hmm.
would see kindly to someone fiddling with his domain.
So on his one action, in this one heinous thing he's willing to do, he will have the wrath of all the gods and possibly a lot of people bearing down on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't take your deal. I can try and talk him out of it, but unfortunately I don't think he'll listen to me on that one.
I think not. He's too simple-minded and too focused on his little problem, so to speak.
And OC, you know that Uka has, as you're in character, you actually know that Uka have helped trying to talk him out of it.
Yeah. I'll think of something on that behalf.
And she has basically asked her sister to try it so too.
I'll see if I can. I'll certainly try. But Magenta, there was one thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes?
I know you're both concerned about me, both you and Magi.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that me going on these adventures definitely doesn't guarantee my safety. And I know I can be a bit reckless, dumb, stupid at times even, and downright over.
You see how she like glows up a little bit as you're saying all of this about yourself, and nodding along.
Don't seem so happy about it.
What a rude child.
No, she's just happy that he at least acknowledges it because that means he can change.
So, I just want to ask this question because you know, I still want to go out and I want to help them as much as I can.
I know.
And I am aware that where I am standing, I only have 9 winters left. This is for your opinion. Do you want me to stay in the village for a while until this is cleared up? Spend time with you, Magi, Yidra, after this little adventure?
The question is, do you want to? I won't demand it of you, Dad.
I want to spend time with you, your sister, Yidra. I really do.
Also with Ma, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I haven't talked to Uthla in a while. I wonder how she's doing. I'll have to talk to Avis and see if she knows. But
Just send her a little prayer.
maybe send a prayer. Maybe that's what I should do.
Might not even need a prayer. You could just at night be like,
say the name and bada bing, bada boom.
Can we have a chat? And she'd be like,
Hey.
she'd pull you straight into the dream realm.
No,
And have another child.
Time for another baby.
Yeet it into the other planet. I'm not apologizing, Avis.
Avis
Bitch.
magically has another sibling.
I want more.
No. I already have like a million sisters.
You were too good of a lover.
It's fucking
No. No, she's just paying back what was promised. And because she might have fallen a little bit for Spiritus as him being, this slightly dense,
very
but
dense.
very kind. Yes, indeed, very dense, but still a very lovable person. And it's like, might that just have melted her heart a little bit?
Oh, I see.
The Ice Queen isn't so much ice anymore.
Oh, don't worry, the other sisters might also take an interest in him.
Oh god.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Pulls one
What the
collar. Here we go again.
Don't worry, they will be melted together at some point.
Fucking what?
Yeah, so then you
What?
only
Huh?
have to deal with one.
Joking.
You gotta
You
make
don't
sure
know.
you announce when you're making a joke.
Some
Because
of
that
those
kind of
jokes
shit is too literal.
Yeah. Oh fuck. But yeah.
No, don't fuck you.
Stop it.
Yeah, you can't say that anymore.
Every time.
What? I have the same. I'm about to have the same amount of kids that he has.
Yeah, but if Spirits does take this downtime,
But should we continue the game
Yeah, we're
Yes.
getting too off topic.
Like,
instead of talking about spirits
Torturing the
possibly
DM.
so black?
I'm not being torturing here. I'm sitting here laughing my ass off.
Rude.
Bitch, we're
Too
making good
much-
content here.
Too much bow chicka wow wow talk.
Anyways, continuing.
Lately.
But that's your choice to make, not ours to decide for you. Of course, we would love to spend your time with you, but you also have an important piece to play with your, well, friends, I guess.
I believe Ilum said a solid idea of it being a dysfunctional family. Because I do see them
Well,
as family.
Well, I think he was talking about Avis and how she, me, and Maggie is kind of sisters, and yet we are not entirely, and
Yeah. Wild. We'll have to
and
figure
would
out how
you
that
potentially
goes.
be a stepdad to her?
Yeah, we need to just figure that out. Maybe have a sit down with Avis about that. Family tree.
Because if it all fits together, she would need to call you Da, at least. Which would be weird. I'm not sure I'm ready to just talk really, Da.
Well,
Oh
Could
my
she
god,
call him
Spirit, you're
daddy?
gonna give me a grandpa.
I am not
we'll
doing that.
we'll figure this out later. But for
This
now,
is confusing me, Da.
This is
I'm not
confusing
sure
me.
I'm ready for this talk, Da.
I'm not sure if I'm ready for a lot of this stuff. But after this adventure, I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna spend with you and everyone else in the tribe until this 9 winters is cured. This 9 left.
As you say, she like pounces up and just like jumps into your arms and hugs you,
I will hug her back.
and Eden would just like be standing there staring at this.
All the love.
He walks over and like pets Magina on the back.
I guess we see them having a moment.
Possibly.
You guys have maybe seen it, a little bit afar because they have, Magina has kept at the outside of the group most of the time.
Yeah, I'm basically probably gonna look towards them and just have that aww.
And then you see the bird just like
I'm mumbling for myself, like, great to see him being a good dad.
It's hard to balance adventure life with being a dad. Thank you very much.
He's basically smiling while she's looking at you because she thinks it's so beautiful that family coming together like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm assuming they're currently setting up camp, like, behind me.
Yeah.
Alright.
A small tent is being raised for you guys to spend the night in.
Deacon's just been keeping watch.
Let's go, Deacon, being that sentinel we all need and trust.
Roll me perception if you would, Deacon.
Damn.
23.
Fucking destroyed it.
Nice.
Deacon, under your watch, you seem to hear a scraping sound and rocks, being stepped loose and whatnot. But as you look towards where it's happened, you might, see a single rock might fall down the mountainside, but you don't manage to spot anybody who was where it happened from, as you're trying to track where the rock fell down from.
Mm. The rocks are falling down, but doesn't look like there's nothing about.
You say, must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind.
Probably informative for.
Let's take a look around. See if
You
anything
don't
pops
see
up.
any signs of any magic in or around the encampment.
Alright.
Probably should mention it for the next shift.
Does
Who
anything
is
else
actually
happen?
taking?
Well, it happens more than just once, this with the rock and dust suddenly falling down.
He'll 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 keep an eye on where it seems like it's falling, and if it seems like the pattern's changing a bit, he'll let the next person know what's been going on. But it doesn't seem like there's nothing too worrisome. So
Does it happen a few times, or like just once, or is it?
It happens a few times during Deacon watch, where some dust and some loose rock seems to fall down from somewhere.
Are they like? Is it like close together, or like time? Like,
Sometimes, other times they are far between.
mm-hmm. Well, I'll take next watch if he doesn't want to do anything.
alright. Riot, correct?
Yeah.
If you're ready, you can take next watch. Just keep eyes out for anything unusual. There's been some patterns of rocks and dust falling, but it doesn't seem there's nothing to be around.
Okay. Sure. Thanks.
No problem.
If you want to keep watch, roll me a perception.
He already did pass.
Right. 22. Again, a couple of times you feel this air blowing over the encampment. And a few times you do see some loose rock that seems to fall off from different places. Not entirely sure why or how. And this wind that blows over, it's not entirely cold. Which is weird, since you are, up in the mountain.
I'll have Fang stand a couple of feet away, and I'll go and look over the edge. I got dark vision, so I might be able to see a bit further.
Isn't your dark vision only 60 feet?
But yeah, but it's a bit further than a normal person. I'll sit on the edge and keep an eye out in case anything comes into view.
As you walk around the encampment, do you turn around and look back at any time?
Yeah, I guess I'd be looking around.
Roll me an int check. You see there is a pattern here that seems a little bit out of place.
A pattern? What do you mean?
In the mountain. As you look at it, you see that you know how rocks normally stays in one direction? With its rills, so to speak. You know how rocks kind of layers up, and like when a mountain grows up, it like goes in one direction with its fibrous nature of how the different layers of rock kind of stick together.
Right. So it's
As you
kind of random directions.
Some places it goes in random directions, which shouldn't be possible.
So the mountain just looks like that. It's not like changing or anything.
No, it's not changing. As you start looking over, you start to see a pattern that shouldn't be there.
How long is this like into my watch?
This is in the middle of your watch.
Middle. Okay.
And yet the
I
air that washes over the group doesn't seem to be cold. And it almost comes in steady gusts of wind. Almost as if someone was breathing.
I will tell Fang to howl if anything out of the ordinary happens to like wake everyone up. But just stay vigilant. So if anything jumps out, then Fang will howl. keep wandering around and looking over the edge and stuff if there's any more sounds until the end of the shift, unless anything happens.
Sure. As you walk around the plateau you're on, you find that the cliff face, which Yer has set up the tent against, seems to have a cave up in the middle of nowhere.
I didn't notice it before.
Not before now, when the shadows seems to play in with some of the outlying of the rock face.
Right. Well, I'll do the same, but also keep my eye on the cave.
And funnily enough, it seems like the wet, not wet, but the air seems to come from within,
From the cave.
from the cave.
How far above us is it?
30 feet?
And does it look like we could access it?
You possibly could.
Alright. I'm not going there on my own, but I will tell the next person that I wake up about it and just to keep an eye out. And I will also leave Fang with them with the same instruction.
He will probably be laying down somewhere and just like keep a watch over everything.
Yeah, but he'll howl if anything happens.
Mhm. Who's the next one? Who's taking next watch?
I can take the last two.
Alright,
Okay.
I'll wake Avis and
Do you tell
let
her about what has happened?
yeah, I'll let her know everything about the rocks, the cave, the wind that's the air that's coming from the hot air that's coming from the cave, and I'll also tell her that I'm leaving Fang with her that will howl if anything happens to wake everyone up.
Alright. Avis will, during her watch, keep an eye on that cave, I suppose. Also,
Avis,
Munga.
you may roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
As your eyes starts falling around and start seeing the pattern you were told about.
One moment. Yeah, no.
You're not entirely sure what the F you're looking at, to be honest. It just seems weird.
Yeah, it's a mountain. That's about it.
It's a mountain. Where does this gust of wind come from that is not warm, not cold? I don't know.
Shouldn't you
It's not
roll
really my
perception?
job to know. I mean, she's gonna, like, well, yeah, she is going to, like, look at that cave, I guess. Do I see anything, like,
Oh, right.
lunar eyes?
Moonlight does fall upon it. You may roll me another int check with advantage this time.
Another one with advantage. All right. So That is a 17.
Perfect.
Okay.
Don't like when the GM talks like that.
As you look over the mountainside, as the moonlight starts to bathe in, something starts clicking for you as you feel this regular gust of wind blowing over you. It's almost like a breath. And as you start looking towards the cliff face with the differentiating um, coloration, something starts to click, so to speak.
Mhm.
That could be a nostril. That cave.
Is there do okay, I look around. Do I see another cave of similar size in the vicinity?
You do not.
Oh boy.
Huh? Hmm. It's at this time I wish I took the spell fly.
And yet
Okay.
suddenly you feel the ground shake ever so slightly. Just a small tremor. And you
Hmm.
see how dust, small rocks that are loose falls to the ground. As you hear the working of rock grinding against the rock. You okay there, hon?
Okay. I don't. Hmm?
Okay, okay. Um,
Is the tent up against that, or just other rocks?
No, it's above us, right?
Yeah, but I think it
all
comes.
around you, you hear this
Yeah,
noise of rock grinding against rock almost.
the weird shape patterns and that. Do they come all the way? Yeah, it's clicked. After I went to sleep, I was like, oh, fuck. I just realized.
Oh my god, I know. I think I know what it is.
I think I had a
Okay.
feeling since the moment I heard about the cave that just, was there.
Huh. Um. Well, there's not much Avis can really do about it, so we're gonna keep an eye on the surroundings and hope nothing happens.
Avis, do you look down at some point?
Sure, if I'm looking around. I feel like that would happen at some
This
point.
plateau you're on has some weird slits cutting straight through the middle.
Oh, it's a lip, isn't it?
No,
These are lips.
no.
Glad we didn't nail the tent in.
We should have nailed the tent in, guys. Now it's gonna fall over.
It's gonna blow away.
Yeah. Let's just hope a mountain doesn't decide to wake up on this particular night.
Snore.
As you start walking around it, You feel the ground start shaking again, this time more violently. And instead of a gust of wind that washes over you, you feel a deep, almost breath being taken. And then a snort can be hearing echoing.
It is totally not like absolutely freaking out.
Freaking the fuck out, man. Freaking the
Like,
fuck
what the hell is she supposed to do in this kind of situation? She's just like hoping that it'll stay
Maybe
asleep.
you wake up the rest of the party and tell them what the fuck is
I
happening.
guess,
Yeah, Baz, I actually have a question. Which time in her shift would that be? She taken two last
This
two
is the
shifts.
beginning of her second shift. This is happening.
So this
I'm
is the
just
fourth
gonna
and last shift.
wake up my my good husband Eager.
Goes in, kicks him violently in the side, like, wake the fuck up!
No, what the hell? Gently shake him awake and perhaps kiss him if that's what helps.
Now is not the time
Gee,
for that.
we're
Aw.
wholesome over here.
Mm.
This is a wholesome relationship.
What is it, Avis?
I think the mountain is alive.
What?
It's breathing. Just come see, please.
Pulls pulls a confused face but gets up.
I will point out the quote unquote nostril.
Can I make a roll, DM? Be able to tell what that is?
Sure, roll me an intelligence roll.
Got this. Come on.
So gain any kind of bonus since I'm pointing it out.
Oh, that means he just doesn't need to roll perception.
Oh, okay. I didn't roll perception.
No, but
Oh,
that's
but
because you got you
yeah,
you
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah,
pointed it out
yeah, yeah, yeah,
by
yeah, 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 yeah. I remember.
Ooh, this is the best
Ooh.
one
Big
by far.
nice.
you giving him
Gonna
guidance.
Wambus,
That's
yes,
a
21.
21 total.
As you're looking at the different shapes and whatnot that is up there, you can see that that might be the tip of the snout that is breathing down on you.
Oh.
And as you start looking at all the different outlines going down,
I seem to remember a particular story that was told me about, an earth dragon that maybe slept on a mountain and turned into the mountain, but not all
Isn't
of
that
them turned into
that's
mountains.
oh, would you look at that, huh?
That's weird.
The
Yeah.
eager freezes up and just looks at Avis.
What do we do?
Perhaps it's better to just try not to wake it up? Let it be? It's.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not bothering it, are we?
I hope. I don't think so. Although he might not find it very respectful that we're resting on top of him.
I'm sure it's
Oh,
fine.
you know, it's. Hmm.
Climbing him?
He didn't exactly choose a good place to rest if he. You know. It's just. Just let him sleep, and if he wakes up, then we'll deal with it. Like, there's no need to stir up unnecessary trouble.
Agreed.
But yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to sleep for the rest of the night now.
Well, then you can keep me
Is we
company.
hearing that sound?
I can hear it.
Are they hearing the sound you're making?
I didn't hear anything.
I heard it.
He
Is
was
he making
fumbling with his mic.
sounds? Because we're not hearing it.
I was just kind of hearing some microphone rummaging.
Oh, that wasn't rummaging. That was the sound of. Sounded almost like teeth grinding against each other, mixed with the sound of stone grinding.
Please keep me company.
No.
She looks at Eager, nervous.
And then you hear like a sharp intake of air.
Remember, Fang is with you guys as well.
Yeah, I think it's time to get out of the way.
You see how Fang suddenly tucks his tail between his legs and
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
he
And the
doesn't.
thing.
He steps away from the plateau almost instinctively.
Okay, quickly, wake everyone up, get everyone off. Now.
All right, we're gonna go around quietly trying to wake up people.
When you wake up, what's the name?
Just
The ground
don't
starts
worry about
shaking.
it. Just follow us.
You hear the click clatter of small stones clattering against the ground that starts to vibrate, shaking.
She basically wake up instantly. What have you? What have?
What did you? What happened?
Don't panic. Just
That
quietly
would that be
follow us.
waking the rest of us up on its own?
I'm helping waking up.
Quiet. Get out of here. Now.
One last snore for the road.
Plus, would that be like the shaking and stuff? Would that be enough for the rest of us to wake up?
Yeah. As you hear the click clatter of stone, like violently start shaking and clattering against the ground itself, as you also hear other rocks fall from the mountainside of up to the size of small boulders, even starting to shake loose.
When I
Oh my
wake up,
god.
I'll
Yeah, no,
instantly
When I wake-
run.
we're just running. Avis and I are just running from tent to tent, getting everybody up. Start
I'll run
hastily
straight to.
breaking down the
Doesn't
tents.
we
Get out of
only
here.
have one tent?
It was one big tent you guys have.
Yeah, I'll instantly run to Fang.
You see how he's trying, to step off the plateau, but really can't in this given situation.
So where to?
As you have packed down your entire encampment, and you seem to want to walk off, you see that giant slit through the entire plateau opens up.
It's a giant eyeball. It's a giant eyeball.
Fuck.
Shit.
Unfocused, and it darts around, and then it falls onto your little group.
Slowly waves.
Yeah, we just woke up an Earth dragon.
And this is where I am cutting today's session.
God damn it!
Bastard.
You fucker!
Damn
I knew
it.
that was gonna happen.
It was expected, but god damn it, fuck you.
Oh, you love me for my tricks and trickery.
No, I don't.
Oh, believe me, you're not.
Hey,
You're
this
10
is
times.
basically the best clever ever.
Literally,
You're
we're on a
10
cliff.
times
And
more
it's probably
bearable. You're
gonna
10 times
drag
more
some
bearable than Durst.
viewers like next
True.
But, my dear viewers, I thank you for joining us today. I hope to see you again next weekend, where we will be continuing on first on Teams 2 story with, well, their story, so to speak, and then again as always on Sunday following Team 1's story. I hope that you, of course, will follow and potentially subscribe. You're not forced to. It just would mean a lot to both me and the team to see that you are showing appreciation for it so that it can inspire us to keep doing what we do. But
I'd
again,
say they are forced to.
Yes. No.
but
Yeah. No. Please, if you can't spare the money, don't feel obligated to. But it is really appreciated.
Mhm. But again, till next time, have a good one and see you around. Bye bye.
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 That was so
Bye, everyone.
dead.
And we are offline.
Ah!
Oh my god.
God damn it, pass.
Why can't we travel without
Really?
anything
You ended
happening?
off on a
Really?
cliffhanger on a literal fucking
Okay,
cliff.
so
Wow.
people, I think we've gotten it clear now. Now we need to figure out, are we running or are we negotiating? Because fighting it is not an option.
I
Yeah.
feel like negotiating
I don't
would
think we
Yeah,
be
can
I
good.
don't
outrun
think.
it.
Yeah, I don't think we can run.
I don't think we
How
can
can I
run.
outrun a mountain?
How the
We're
fuck can I
already
outrun
in
a
it.
mountain?
Like, how are we?
Not to mention we're on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First off, how many people here speak Draconic?
Nope.
I
Me?
don't. I wanted to learn
Me.
it because it's one of the languages of magic, but I never could.
Only
I speak the
Primordial and
comic.
Sylvan.
You speak Draconic? Okay, good.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
She's quite literally one of the few people who speaks with the dragon tooth
Wait a
directly.
minute. Eager, can't you speak to dragons?
Well, I mean, I don't speak Draconic, but
Oh.
I can, most dragons are versed in the common tongue.
Most.
And
If
if
they
at all,
choose to.
if at all, if it's a dragon the size of a mountain, it is an ancient, and it's very likely it also knows primordial.
Oh, so I might be able to talk to it because I have Primordial.
Well, there's a bunch of us that
I'm
speak primordial.
basically gonna start next session trying to say I'm sorry in the Draconic. We didn't know you was a dragon.
What do you mean that you curve before me, little one? You just disturbed my slumber and woke me before my time to wake.
Oh yeah, because that's totally our fault.
How the
So
fuck, man? We're just little people, insignificant as fuck, walking
So
around, and that somehow
basically,
wakes you up.
in the
Goddamn.
Draconic, I'm gonna apologize for us
That dragon's a light sleeper.
sleeping
Just say,
Yeah,
on
it
hey,
you.
is.
bro, it's your fault that you look like a mountain.
No, it's
We
kind of
didn't know.
bullshit
Hey,
that
she
it
gonna
would be
speak
us
with
sending it off,
respect.
considering we came across several other groups of people that have most likely passed over this ridge.
I don't know if they were climbing the mountain. They were walking around down the bottom. We
Hey,
hadn't started
how do
climbing yet.
how do our tiny insignificant feet have enough mass to wake up a mountain-sized dragon?
Well, weren't we walking around like on its eyelid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
How would you
It's
feel about
fucking
if
made
we're
out of
all
rock. I feel like this giant ass dragon can handle that.
It looks like rock. It's not necessarily rock.
It's scales.
Hard as rock. Harder probably, but still.
Oh,
also,
fuck.
what's the difference between Elvish and
Also,
uh,
I would like to point out that it might have been your smell that actually woke it up.
oh yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Man,
I just realized something. Pass. If I had rolled well enough for my search on the crystals, would I have spotted it beforehand?
Hmm?
When I was
Come again?
when I was searching for crystals, if I had rolled high enough, would I have spotted this beforehand?
You would.
God damn it!
Maybe you should have rolled better. Tisk tisk.
You would have
Uh,
seen. Wait, that looks like bone. Goes so like looks at. Why is there bone growing out of the mountain? Like small,
why? Hold on. Why is a bone coming out of it? Is it hurt? Is it injured?
Wait,
what's the difference between Elvish and Sylvan?
Elvish
Sylvan
is
is the
between
language of
elves.
the Fae.
Sylvan is between fae.
Yeah, Sylvan is the
Oh,
language of the
okay.
Fae.
And
Right,
currently
okay.
it's dream creatures.
Basically, Sylvan in this case is used by the dream creatures in the dream realm, but it's also one of the language of magic, so to speak,
Gotcha.
in a much more
what would be
chaotic.
the unique language of the Nightmare Realm then?
I guess my character can
Maybe
recognize
deep
like a fucking
speech?
drag case.
Well, then that might
Accession,
have
I
been
guess
the
I
reason.
can basically recognize this as a dragon.
Heavy metal deep
Well,
speech. Let's
that
go.
would have been the reason why I could converse with Perun then, because I do actually know deep speech.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Perun, he can speak common.
Oh, that was in common. Okay.
You know he's not original from there.
Yeah, I know, but
I
at
know, but you know.
I
He
know, but
spoke
you
to
know that I
you
know.
in a mixture of common and what is the language of air elements?
Void.
What?
Auran.
Aran.
Oran.
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 Yeah,
Primordial.
I speak both of those.
I mean, thankfully,
But I
Primordial is
hope you
all
have
of the
enjoyed
languages.
today's session. I have enjoyed it immensely.
As
There was a
usual, it
lot
was
of
like
there was a lot of dumb fuckery this session though.
Hey, I always
as usual.
enjoy the company of these great people.
Aw, thank
Aww.
you.
I know you were about to say idiots because I love you and I know you that well.
I mean,
Well,
I was
It's
well,
aware of
pretty
what.
About to
amazing.
say
that's true
idiots.
too. That's true too.
I mean, it's
I was
both true.
basically thinking, should I say great people or amazing people?
Nah, just say idiots. It's accurate for us.
Phenomenal in the idiots.
Yeah.
I think that's
You as
Dipshits.
idiots.
The dipshit brigade.
The
Dipshit Brigade.
yeah.
Let's go. Oh, for fuck's sake. I am still
Well,
recording.
guess we'll have to figure
Why
that out.
can't
I
you
can't
stop
believe
that
that
and
we're at
continue?
episode 62.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Actually, hold on. It might be. When's the day I joined this? 1st of September 2022. When's my second year anniversary going to be? It's going to take a bit, actually.
Yep.
Fucking me and Hangout, the first two, the OG.
Yep. We are the
Fi-
OGs.
Fire and lightning.
In in like 4 months, we'll have a second year anniversary of this campaign existing.
Mhm.
I think.
No, I
Really,
don't know.
it's been so long.
It's been a while.
Man, can you remember back in those days, King?
Ugh. About the fact
Things,
that
when things were simple.
yeah, when we didn't have to do all
Simpler
this wild
times.
shit, I didn't sacrifice my entire lifespan. And you didn't.
We
You
just
actually had
we just
faith
had
in
to
Peru.
negotiate. We just had to negotiate with wolves.
Yeah, we literally just talked to wolves, and we managed to talk them out of trying to kill us. And instead, the I want to say the dad wolf literally went out and went to sacrifice itself, and we took in both of his daughters.
And they're now breeding.
I'm actually curious.
With
How many
Riot's
sessions
dogs.
did
Yes.
I actually miss before I joined the game?
I think you were about fourth. No, yeah, about fourth.
Yeah,
or
you
fifth.
were the fifth player to join.
Yeah, because first it was me and Hangout. Then it was Riot and Bortusk. And then
Yeah,
after that, it was you.
Second week.
And then
Mhm.
after
You were like the
Pepper.
fourth week
And then
or fifth week.
after that, it was Jimny and Avis.
Yep. And then as time
And
went
then
on, we
much
lost.
later, it became Go Master join.
Yeah, Go Master joined closer to more recent than anything.
Well, that was only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's literally like two
Yeah,
or
that's
three
only
weeks ago.
that's only a few sessions ago that Deacon joined.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
That the to experience from the beginning to now within a time
Yeah.
frame.
We are the Elder Council.
Truly by accident. I still love the fact that we both started out as legitimately just the element of fire and the element of lightning.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I give the way of Deacon and Spirit snoring the reason for the dragon.
How dare you blame it on our snoring? I'll have you know we haven't woken up a damn
Your
thing.
snoring rumbles
Actually,
mountains.
fair enough, fair enough. Now I'm
Yeah.
completely convinced that it's logical that he woke up. It's because of Spirus's fucking snoring.
Well, hey,
Yeah,
now
I
hold
think-
on. Now we're just blaming
Hey,
it on
he
me.
can snoring too.
Yes.
You have
That's
woken up several people with that snore.
You've fucking tortured a god with it.
I didn't torture.
It's okay. We'll just feed him to the dragon, and it'll let us go for disturbing its sleep.
No, we're not gonna feed anyone to the
I
dragon.
don't think
How about-
Machetta's gonna be
How about
happy with that
okay?
decision.
How about hold on. Let's. How
listening.
about we first try and negotiate with
Instead
okay?
of throwing me
Because
into the dragon.
just it might. You're
fine.
going off of the assumption that it's an evil dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll just be the last resort. That's fine.
Of course it would be.
Let's
for you
just-
guys.
I'm
let's
good with
just-
talking first.
Let's just try and negotiate first to see if it's just lazy. Okay.
For
Yeah, then we'll feed him. That's fine.
I. First and
I-
foremost,
that-
we literally
that's-
made.
That is literally like a crumb.
Yeah. Oh no, fully. I am not even remotely close to the idea of a snack. Besides, fucking, we started this whole bit with me snoring that fucking loud and powerfully that even the silence spell couldn't stop me.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Blame it on God.
That's a fucking sentence.
I know. Blame
You
it
know
on God.
it was a joke.
Blame the gods for what is about to happen to you. Had they been here to save you, you would not be in this state.
Uh-huh.
I unfortunately will not be here next weekend because I have drill.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Aww.
Aww. Well,
Oh.
guys, it's getting late here. Me and Pepper need to go and prep some food. I need to go out and grab a smoke. I fucking need one.
What, you start something?
And before he's going to grab him a smoke, I will grab a kiss.
So I'll see you guys. There you go.
Yeah, see ya, man.
All right, man.
Alright, see ya.
Nah.
Yeah, I
See
also have to
ya.
leave, so I'll see you. I'll see you all later.
Alright, yeah, see ya.
Bye, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Holy shit. God damn.
Come back in 2 weeks, find out that Deacon's dead.
Deacon's
Is he
dead. We
dead?
had to throw him. We had to throw him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're bigger. You're